Test.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to another night of Intramural Championships here we'll be broadcasting from the lovely Mitchell Field. My name's Ben.
My name is Will.
And we'll be bringing to you this women's championship for soccer tonight. Going through the starting lineups, we have for Team SK, we have Caitlin Erickson. We have Angelina Tomasini, Catherine Lund, Nora Tisco, Catherine Murray, Jessica Lowe, Michaela Boyle, Alexandra Katz, Claire Martino, Elena Gallagher, Alexa Labella, and Grace Volmar. For Goal Diggers, we have Eleanor Cox, Alana Blatt, Mara Grentz, Isabella Tolley, Nicole Skispansky, Melina Garby, Sophia Kokanek, Lauren Highland, Emily Moore, Jamie Odom, Madeline Camarillo, and Vanessa Aden. Should be a good game tonight, Will. These teams have been preparing for a while. What do you think some keys for IM Soccer that they need to work on to get a championship tonight?
Well, Ben, I had the chance to watch Gold Diggers in their semifinal match, and I think they performed admirably against one of the other top teams in the women's bracket. They came away in that game in a penalty shootout, winning 2-0 after about 7 rounds. So it'll be interesting to see if they're able to continue with their stellar defense or if they'll have more of a shootout this game.
And the game is just getting started. We have two 22-minute halves here for Intramural Soccer, playing 7v7. Just a reminder, the clock that you see on the screen is our best approximation, but the officials on the field will be keeping the official time for all that. But here we are underway for the second game of the night. We'll get you that first game later on tonight. We had some technical difficulties, but quick goal kick here for the Gold Diggers.
I think it'll be interesting to see how Gold Diggers is able to build out of the back with possession here and see if they can translate this into a productive attack going forward.
Yeah, and you can see here they're trying to build up out of the back. A little bit of a too strong of a pass back there, and that's going to go all the way out for a corner. So an early chance here for SK in blue, I believe, to take a quick lead. Sorry, SK is in yellow and Gold Diggers is in blue. So we have Gold Diggers taking this quick corner here. Let's gather around, and they are able to clear, but not all the way out. Still in possession for Gold Diggers. Cross, and that'll go out for a goal kick. So an early opportunity there, Will. What do you see so far out of this game with that early chance for Gold Diggers there, putting some offensive pressure?
I'm saying a good press from Gold Diggers. They're able to translate pressure on the other team and get a corner kick right out of the gate off of a opposing team goal kick. And a lot of teams in these leagues are not always able to do that. So that should be good going forwards for them to be able to keep this pressure up to continue to get an advantage in possession during the whole game.
For sure, and it's been all Gold Diggers early. They have not, SK has not kept the ball. Oh, quick shot, not cleared. Another shot saved, still hanging around, and it is cleared all the way out. And SK looking to turn up field. They're able to get it and see if they can turn this into some offensive pressure here. Let's see, and it will go out of bounds, and it will be an SK throw in up near midfield. Coming up and just losing possession. but able to, no, not quite able to turn, and Gold Diggers will take possession, but still some high offensive pressure from SK. They win the ball back. Pass back out to the top. Looking pass down low. We don't have any offsides here for IM Soccer, so that's something teams can take advantage of here. And Will, with the no offsides, what are some strategies teams that you've seen teams employ in your time refereeing and watching for IM Soccer so far?
Yeah, Ben. A lot of teams will keep their striker further up the field, and they don't have to really be careful about having their runs be timed correctly. So a lot of times there will be players who end up making runs that are offside in a different league that might get called back. However, that always typically leads to a more faster paced game where players are able to come up with more offensive opportunities from these offside positions.
Yeah, and these fields are pretty small, so officiating offsides is also difficult. Just with the size of the field, is kind of tough to stay onside in some ways, with how quickly this game can turn back and forth. And besides, nobody likes offsides calls anyways.
Yeah.
So SK getting some offensive pressure. It will be a Gold Diggers throw-in, but it's been able to they've evened out the pressure, so both teams kind of having offensive opportunities and keeping it in the offensive zone so far.
Ben, I'm wondering if we could see another spell from Gold Diggers where they're able to keep the ball in the opposition half, because it seems for the past few minutes they've kind of been setting back and letting the other team possess the ball. And that strategy did work well in their semifinals game, but I'll be interested to see if that's able to still stand here.
Yeah, definitely defensive. Obviously, the defense wins championships, and these small goals do lead to different defensive strategies. You can play a little bit more back and invite shots from the outside, and it's pretty difficult to score on the small goals. But it looks like they got the ball. They got possession. They're trying to move it up past midfield. Nice turn there. Pass up, a little 1-2 touch. Able to keep possession and a through ball. See if they can keep it in bounds. Not quite. It's going to be SK throw-in deep in their own half.
And I wonder if Gold Diggers can get the ball back here, since it will be a man up from the throw-in. Looks like they will clear the ball and should be Gold Diggers here. Oh, or their officials called out of bounds.
Out of bounds, so we'll go back to Gold Diggers. We don't have a fantastic view of the sidelines here from our remote broadcasting booth, but the officials, as always, on top of it and quickly making the correct call. And some pass back for Gold Diggers. Maybe they're looking to build out of the back, but SK looking to press up top and maybe make that a little more difficult.
Personally, I'm not a fan of the goalkeeper there kicking the ball all the way up the field. I think it would have been better for Gold Diggers if they would have passed it around the back a little bit and maintained possession. Although they do have 3 substitutes on their bench, it looked like, and SK only has 1. So I'm wondering if they're thinking that they're able to just kind of kick it around and they don't really need to worry about their players running out of stamina and getting tired.
Yeah, definitely the substitutes can be a big deal, especially late in the game. You'll see you can see that more stamina come into play. I know from myself playing games, the stamina for a full game is quite difficult. But that may just be because I'm out of shape a little. Gold Diggers building out of the back. Able to get it, turn a nice counter attack. Just going up the left side, but swarmed by 2 defenders. And stolen back by SK as they'll push up. Good through ball there for their forward. She's got a one-on-one. And it's cleared away, but SK will keep possession. No, just not able to keep it in bounds. Tapped it out. And we'll see. It looks like SK already getting.
Do we have a player down injured, or are they taking off their pants so it's too hot?
Yeah, not quite sure here.
Looks like they're fine. Gold Diggers throwing the ball in. Out of bounds again for SK throw.
And this throw-in will be taken by Catherine here, number 8 for SK. Looking for that big forward up there, number 2, Nora. She's been, seems like the linchpin of their offense up top there. But she gets that throw in there. Nice touch to bring it down. Makes a couple sweet moves around defenders. She's got a chance. One on nobody, and a good save there by their goalie, Jamie Odom, out of Southfield, Michigan. Great save. Unfortunately, goes out of bounds for a corner, but a corner opportunity here for the for SK. See if they can maybe put a corner in. They're gonna have Nora take that corner for them.
That was a great little spell from Nora there too.
Kick in a little high, a little far. It'll go out of bounds for a Gold Diggers throw-in. That's one thing. Will, do you have? What is your strategy? I know you've played this before, but on these smaller fields, what's your strategy on a corner kick? Are you looking to play it on the ground or go for a head? What do you usually go for?
I think both situations could be advantageous. It really depends on the goalkeeper, and if you're able to identify when the other team's goalkeeper is kind of coming out and claiming these crosses, putting it on the ground will be a little bit better in my opinion. Because it is so small, it's really hard to generate power off of a short kick like that and then get a good header on goal. But when you do play it on the ground, there's a lot of times like teams might make mistakes, and you could end up just getting the ball in the back of the net off of a mistake by the team or just like a good tap in from your players.
Yeah, and that's a great way to score. We see a little bit of offensive pressure here by Gold Diggers, passing it around. Nice spin move there. Goes to pass a through ball. Shot on net, no. Saved by Elena. A little tester there for her, and she'll look to get it up to her teammates. Drop kick, and headed and possessed by Gold Diggers. But now here's Nora, ever dangerous. She's got a 2-on-1 if she can use it. Cuts to the outside, not quite able to find her teammate. And ball goes out of bounds. Oh, it looks like there was another defender back there out of frame, so.
It's just like,
I would like to see SK getting Nora, their forward, involved in the game again, because when she has been on the ball, she's been able to make a few moves around the defenders and get some nice shots. We saw the earlier shot that resulted in a corner kick, and offensive pressure like that will give them the chance to win this game.
Definitely, and especially it seems like she's really strong on the counter attack when she might be able to get an odd man or odd woman rush there. And we see the first one of the first subs, SK subbing out, keeping their players fresh. Got a 2-on-2 here if Gold Diggers hurry. A good through ball there, all the way for number 21, Sophie Konhanik, and not quite able to save it, and it will go out of bounds. And looks like it'll be a goal kick for SK. I'm not quite sure. Yeah, goal kick for SK. So far today, a lot of back and forth, but it seems like both teams are staying back to make sure that they don't give up too much on the counterattack.
Yeah, we haven't seen too much overcommittals to like pressing or corner kicks yet, and I'm wondering if the game will open up a little bit more after a few more minutes when the teams start to get a little more adventurous with their passes and pressing.
Good move there. Good through ball, just not quite able to connect. We'll go out for another goal kick. Yeah, and that definitely, as the game goes on, you get a lot more of that back and forth. You get a lot of teams getting caught flat-footed, maybe a little lazier getting back, a little more tired, a little harder to fully commit all the way back, and you get that one through ball. And a lot of these games get decided by 1 or 2 goals, usually low scoring.
Yeah, right when you start off these games, a lot of players are a little nervous about not wanting to make a mistake and be the reason that their team concedes, especially early on. But as the game goes on, people get warmed up, they get more opened up in the game, and they're willing to take these risks to try and score for their team.
Yeah, good through ball there. Shot on net, but a great save by Jamie, and she clears it. Does not want that ball anywhere near her net. All the way down. As a former goalkeeper, I appreciate that sentiment of getting the ball away from your net as quickly as possible.
Yeah, and having watched Gold Diggers in their semifinal game, I would say that their goalkeeper, Jamie, was definitely their MVP. So I wonder if she can keep up her form during this game as well.
Short throw in there. Good little pressure up top by Nora. And she is able to win the ball, but passes it back to sort of build out of the back with her team. We have number 5, Catherine Lund, looking to make a move. She makes a pass up the line, looking for a little 1-2 through ball. Able to get by another defender. Is she going to be able to keep that ball in? No, not quite, but a good idea there to move up the line, way to hustle and get some good movement, and a goal kick for the Gold Diggers.
Yeah, and let's see if Gold Diggers can kind of use this to regain possession and control of the game, because we haven't really seen them with a possession of the ball for more than a few seconds, really, since the start of the game when they had that press. It looks like they've turned the ball over.
Yeah, ball will be going down a little behind the back pass. A nice spin move up the line. Unfortunately, looks like it stays in, and a good save on that cross by Jamie. But a good cross, a good opportunity there, and well done. She'll roll it out, build out of the back here.
Yeah, and a lot of teams have kind of changed their strategy this year because we have moved to the smaller nets. Previously, a lot of teams would just kind of take shots from further outside the box, and that would work because the goals were so large. But now since the goals are small, crossing and trying to get tap-ins is a lot more effective.
And a great shot there by number 7, Alexa Abea, just not quite able to find the back of the net, and looked like Jamie had a dive, but the ball sailed wide, so we'll go for a goal kick. And these small goals, I do think, they make the game a lot more exciting. Last couple years with the normal regulation 11v11 goals, the field's so tight, it pretty much you get to midfield and you can take a long-range shot, and I think that leads to a less interesting and less skillful game than the small goals here. A good win. Ball's not quite able to be kept. Gold Eagles able to get possession, and they will have an odd man rush here if they hurry. Ball out to the left. Goes through down the line. A really good defensive pressure there by Catherine, and able to win a throw-in for her team. Yeah. One thing is IMs, we do have some different rules. We mentioned the no offsides, but here's a good example here. The goalie cannot throw or drop kick the ball past the halfway line without it being touched by another player. So you'll see a lot of teams, these goalies can boot it much further than they are, but they want to keep it on their side of the field so they don't turn the ball over to the other team for a possession. But both those touched before the line, so not a possession. We'll header back and forth there. This does not apply. That rule does not apply to. As we have a foul there on the Gold Diggers, and we'll have a free kick for SK.
Yeah, and going back to what you were saying about the goal sizes, I think it does encourage a lot of different styles of play where teams are able to sit back and defend, and also increases the tactical options, where it kind of increases the variety of different attacks that we'll see from teams. A lot of taking it down the wing and crossing it in, as we're seeing here. But that's out for a goal kick.
Yeah, just not quite able to fully control the ball. Looks like we have some confusion, and it will go actually to be a corner kick. The refs talked and figured it out there. But yeah, the field is pretty small, so those crosses can be really powerful as the balls go up to header, and it will go out the back into the big goal. But that does not count for anything.
You know, Ben, I'd like to see some of these teams try and take possession from the corner and move the ball around a little bit to try and manufacture a better shot, because right now I don't think the crosses are really working out too well.
Yeah, it seems like the best chance for both teams have sort of come on a breakaway, one-on-nobody shot. But also the Gold Diggers and SK both seem to have a couple players back to prevent those. And so when they keep that tight bunch in the middle, they kind of can't go outside. You see a fight for a ball here, and an odd 2-on-nobody. If they're able to get the cross off, it'll be a wide open net. Ball is saved, but it looks like we have a foul on the goalie, and number 7, Alexa Labea, is down. And we're going to have some people look at her. She looks to be in a little bit of pain. And we'll... All right, so we'll take a little bit of a break while we make sure that Alexa is okay and dealt with. Will, what have you seen so far out of both teams, and what are they both doing well? What can they do to break the stalemate that we have so far?
Yeah, so I like SK is getting the ball up to their forward and allowing her to take on 1v1s and create these shot opportunities. We've seen a few shots that have resulted in corner kicks and making their goalkeeper make a lot of good saves. I'd also like to see Gold Diggers kind of using their substitute advantage to kind of press and keep up the pace of the game because SK does not have as many players as them. So that's one thing that they should definitely be trying to use here.
Yeah, that hustle can be that can pay off long term, and that using those subs effectively can really help you win a lot of these games. Some of it's just a war of attrition when you have these teams so evenly matched as they clearly are. Having those extra subs and just outworking your opponent is the best way to ensure that you get a win. And I definitely think that that'll be something they'll work on, and maybe that's a halftime adjustment that they talk about is maybe just that constant rotation of new players. It's just two 22-minute halves, and you can sub whenever. There's no limits on substituting, so keeping that moving and going through. What are some strategies that you know from playing in soccer, and especially the small 7v7? What are some strategies that you know are effective in winning these games?
Especially with these smaller goals, you're not going to see as many like out of the box shots that are going straight in the top corner. And even if they are, a lot of goalkeepers will still be able to save them. So I think a lot of teams have adapted to being able to kind of play these like 1-2 passes or like tiki takas in the box and kind of outside the box just to free up a man and to get a one-on-one with the goalkeeper where they're able to finish. We saw Gold Diggers have a few shots like that in the first part of the game, and I think that was the best opportunities that they've had so far. Same with SK. They had the one-on-one with Nora against the defender where she was able to beat her and take a shot on goal. But really, it's just kind of being able to take the ball and do one-touch passes to open up the game. And it looks like we're gonna have a penalty here for Gold Diggers.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to be a penalty shot. They were able to get that's number 7, Alexa Labea, off the field. Looks like she's a little shaken up, and we're going to continue doing our best to help her out and get her feeling better. But in the meantime, that was a foul inside the box. Great call by one of our officials, Lucas Gartner. He's also one of the coordinators, so he has a lot of experience working with soccer. And looks like a penalty kick here for SK, and a real big chance to break this stalemate and get it open. I don't know your experience as much with the penalty shootouts, but on these small goals, what can you tell us about penalty shots here?
In different games of soccer, I think it's generally like 80% like conversion rate for penalties. I would say for these goals is more of a 20 to 30%. So this is a really good opportunity that SK should try to take advantage of here, but not too sure if they'll be able to. Additionally, Gold Digger's goalkeeper does have a lot of experience with saving penalties, as they did go to a penalty shootout in their semifinal match. So we'll see if they'll be able to convert this here. If they do, it'll be a massive advantage given the way the game has gone so far.
Yeah, and with penalties, one thing about these live ball penalty shots, you see everyone has to stay outside the box, so all staying outside the yellow. But if this shot is saved, SK can follow up and score. So we'll see if they're able to do that. The shot, just sails a little high and wide, and a little embarrassed there is Nora, but it's tough. I've actually, in these games, I've seen a lot of teams try, and it seems like they almost shoot it at the goalie hoping for a rebound to try and get another chance to bury it. Did not choose to employ that strategy there for Nora, but that I wonder if some teams will try that in the future. You obviously can't do that in a penalty shootout, but doing a live ball penalty, you can.
Yeah, that is one option that teams have, is to kind of just put it as hard and on target as they can and just hope that the goalkeeper will mess up and make a mistake. And honestly, I don't really hate that strategy. I think it's definitely worth it. However, I think Gold Digger's goalkeeper is plenty good enough to prevent that from happening.
Yeah, it's really difficult when you have a good goalie on these small goals to score, just because they take up so much of it. And we'll see SK does keep the ball, able to move on. Maybe they're able to use the injury of their teammate as a rallying point. But turnover deep in the zone, and Gold Diggers has a break the other way. And ball's kicked, and looks like that'll be gobbled up by their goalie, Elena. Goes to pass it up. Good touch there. Oh, but it looks like it was past halfway, so it'll be a drop ball for the other team. Remember, we talked about that earlier. It has to stay short of the halfway line to touch, and Noah just didn't come all the way back for it.
Yeah, and that's an unfortunate mistake, just turning the ball over again. The less turnovers you have as a team, the better. You kind of want to dominate possession. Since the goals are so small, as we've been saying, teams that have possession will kind of win these games. But we have a live counterattack going.
Oh, it just goes wide. And a really good takeaway there by Nora. SK crashed in, took the ball away, and then rushed up the field to try and get a shot off. They got a shot off, just not quite able to finish it. But that sort of continuous offensive pressure can really, eventually one of those times they're going to break through. And it looks like they're able to get another takeaway. Pass through just a little too firm for Nora, but she's able to win it right back. Little 1-2 pass. Nora's got the corner. She can save it from going out of bounds. Ooh, a little bit of slip and slide.
Now that is an unfortunate slip there. SK had a great attack going on there with the one-touch passing, and were able to get to the ball to a spot where they could definitely put in a cross and potentially force a save from the goalkeeper off of a shot.
Yeah, but we'll see. It looks like Gold Diggers gets the ball up. Not quite able to. There we go. Camera pulls around. And ball will go out of bounds for a Gold Diggers throw. We got under a minute left in this first half. We'll see if any team really works and makes a big push to try and score in these last couple minutes. And looks like we're having a little issues with our stream here. We apologize for that. We're doing our best. We don't quite have the budget that NBC does, but we're working our best here. And inside of pretty close to 30 seconds again. Our clock's not totally official. They got that on the field, but it's a good approximation. There's not much time left in this half, so teams will have to hurry to score. Do not do added time at the end of the halves. And as you hear, that's the halftime whistle. So we go into halftime tied 0-0. What are some, I guess, what do you see that half that we think, what do you think they need to work on second half for both teams?
Definitely. Both teams should be focusing on keeping control of the ball and maintaining possession in this game. It's been very kind of chippy where both teams are turning the ball over and losing possession a lot. And it's resulting in a lot of counterattacks up and down the field on both sides. So we haven't really seen too many moments where teams are able to build an attack and create a shot or a chance. Most of the shots we've seen have just kind of come off of these like one-on-ones, which are great options to take, and also turnovers in each team's side by their own defenders. I think each team should be focusing on not making mistakes because it is 0-0. And this game will probably be decided by the next goal.
Yeah, it seems very possible that the final score of 1-0 is very possible. And that is a tough thing of you don't want to make a mistake. You really want to push that ball. You want to push to score, be the hero, get that one goal lead. But with that, you don't want to put yourself out of position. It looks like so far teams have done a really good job of rotating back. If someone pulls up to take an offensive opportunity, someone else drops back, which that's going to be key. But we'll see if SK is going to be able to continue doing that. Looks like they might be down to no subs. And that sort of we'll see how their stamina is able to hold up. I do think outside of their first couple minutes, Gold Diggers has not had a lot of offensive pressures. So I think, like we've mentioned before, you've mentioned, they need to really step it up and really utilize their subs and their energy. Hopefully, try to just kind of outwork the other team and get as close as you can, as much as you can.
Yeah, absolutely. I did see for Gold Diggers number 10, Emily Moore. She is a coordinator for Intramural Sports. She played for the first few minutes, but I haven't really seen her back in the game. So I'm wondering if Gold Diggers will get her back or if they have a potential issue there.
Yeah, and a lot of these, all these players are all very, very good at the sport, much better than I'll ever be. And so it's great to watch them work really hard and work to realize their goal of an intramural championship. Those shirts don't come lightly. They're prized and won by a select few. I was lucky enough to don one in the winter semester in volleyball, and it's a great feeling. And so definitely as this match continues to go, I expect to see this intensity to continue to ramp up and them continue to work as hard as they can to try and win this game as we come out of halftime. Is there anything that the teams, do you think these teams should really push these first 5 minutes? I know a lot of teams talk about the last five, first five. That was my high school coaches saying. Do you think they should push that first five, or should they save a little bit of energy for the end of the game?
Yeah, I think both teams are going to be coming out of this eager to kind of take an advantage because they both have positive notes to be looking at during halftime with each other, and they should both be happy with how this first half has went. Uh, I think SK has a little bit more of a reason than Gold Diggers to be upset, and I'd expect to see in the first few minutes that Gold Diggers will kind of come out maybe with like a renewed press like we did see at the beginning of the first half. And I think SK will kind of anticipate that Gold Diggers might ramp up their enthusiasm and just try and prevent any silly mistakes at the back resulting in chances on goal.
Yeah, that's definitely true. You don't want to have those chances on goal. Another thing to note, wasn't clear on the broadcast as we cut away for the injury, but there was a yellow card for the goalie on the blue team, the goalie Jamie Odom. As we mentioned, she's a key part of this team. Yellow for slide tackling. In intramural sports, we don't allow slide tackling of any kind. Even the most legal slide tackle is at minimum a yellow card. So that's something to keep out for. Is she's got to be on her best behavior, make sure she doesn't get a second yellow, and be removed from the game because that would be a huge loss for the team. And also with intramural sports in the playoffs, we have a sportsmanship requirement. And if you have enough sportsmanship deductions, you will be forfeit and lose the game. We don't want to see any game end like that, obviously, but that's something to keep in mind. We got to make sure that Gold Diggers are on their best behavior for the rest of this match.
Yeah, if we see Jamie get another yellow card, I'm honestly Ben might just call his game over right then and there.
Yeah, that might not be good. The starting goalkeeper getting a red is never good for anybody involved, and we will be. Looks like teams are taking the field to start this second half here. We see Jamie getting back into goal, and we'll get started here in just a second with a tie 0-0, and we'll see if either team can pull away. This next goal is going to be huge.
Yeah, whoever scores the next goal here will kind of have a momentum advantage for the rest of the game.
And quick throw in for SK up near midfield.
And it looks like number 10 on Gold Diggers back in the game for this first few minutes again.
Yeah,
That'd be Emily Moore.
Shout out Emily Moore from Three Rivers. And a good takeaway there by, looks like, number 13 loses it, but then able to get it back. That's Eleanor Cox. And looks like we have a foul there on number 2, Nora. Good call by the official. Just got the feet a little tangled, so.
Yeah, if I'm on SK there, I'd be really upset with my teammate. When you have a press like that and you have the defender with their back turned, the last thing you want to do is foul because it gives away all of the pressure that your team's been working towards.
Yeah, and then a costly turnover there, a deep throw in for number 21, Sophia Konakic, and she'll get looks like not another chance, went off of blue, so it'll be SK ball as they go to push up. Good throwing up there. Noah's going to win that ball back, pass it back. Looks like they're going to try to build up. SK pulling up. That's number 4 with the ball. Noah's looking to keep this ball in before it goes out, and looks like they're going to call it. So they're going to call it for SK. So another chance here, Nora with a throw in, see if she can find the feet or the head of her teammate.
Yeah, and these throw-ins at the end of the field are almost as advantageous as corner kicks too, because you're able to still get the ball in the box, or you can kind of just take it back, and it gives you a lot of the same options as a corner kick does.
That it definitely does. And you don't have to loft it up at the beginning. You can kind of keep it from a high trajectory going flatter in. But speaking of corner kicks, we have a corner kick for SK. Looks like they're going to have Nora take it. And we see some drive inside. A chance for a shot. Not quite able to get enough juice on it. Gobbled up easily by Jamie. She looks to a quick outlet, but then slows it down.
I really like the attempt on that shot too. It's pretty nice to watch. The little back heel, trying to go to the back post, just unfortunately not able to direct it the way she wanted it to.
Yeah, I wonder if the defender for Gold Diggers maybe got a slight touch on it as they look to bring the ball up. Just a little too strong on that through ball. Dug out by their goalie. Ball's drop kicked up, but to the other team. And we see Emily looking for teammates to cross it into. She's in the corner, loses it. And SK builds up, but turns the ball over again. Emily has it back. She's looking to cross. Gets a cross in. Looks like a goal kick. Maybe that was looked like a pass there. Just maybe didn't come off her foot the way she wanted it to.
Yeah, wasn't really able to see what happened there, but if they were able to get a shot off that, it was definitely a great opportunity, and that's an unfortunate miss.
Yeah, Sophie was down in there looking to maybe just get a unlucky bounce and turn it into a goal for her out of Lyons Township High School there for Sophie.
That is great ball movement right here from Gold Diggers.
Yeah, really well done. Ball's up to midfield. SK will pass it around. Got a counterattack, but it looks like that ball's just going to drift out of bounds, and it'll be a throw-in for Gold Diggers.
And let's see if SK can get control of this game again, because for the first 4 or 5 minutes of this half, it's really been all Gold Diggers.
Yeah, but we saw this at the beginning of the game as well, and then they were able to take it. A good challenge, but one back by Gold Diggers, and then one back again by SK, but not quite able to keep it in. It'll be another throw-in for the Gold Diggers. And yeah, you're correct. We have not seen really that offensive pressure that SK had for the latter part of that first half. They had one chance, but not able to do much more. Big throw in. Sophie not quite able to control it, but she's able to get it back. Oh, and it will go out for a goal kick. That was a chance there if she was able to stop the ball, get it control on her foot, and maybe take a shot.
Yeah, Ben, sometimes when the ball is bouncing around in the box like that, you don't really care how it got there, if it came off your teammate or the other team, as long as it's in front of you. And a little bit unlucky with the bounce there. Potentially could have had a great opportunity if it came off their foot a little different, but now we have a attack going on.
A shot there by number 6 for SK. That is Jessica Lowe. She's quick on the throw-in as well to get it back in. Looks to have a little chip shot to a teammate, but a good back pressure to steal it away from Gold Diggers. Emily looks to clear it out. It'll be up the sideline, but one back by SK. Pass around the middle. Here's the dangerous Nora. She passes it back up top. Goes to number 5, Catherine Lund. And they're going all the way back to midfield. Gives that offensive pressure we talked about from SK, just controlling the tempo of the game. Through ball picked off by Gold Diggers.
Yeah, and it looks like SK has kind of opened the game up a little bit more and had a few moments of possession and a few shots in the last few minutes. So I'm wondering if they'll be able to keep doing that. I think the next few minutes of this game will be really important for kind of determining the momentum and how the next 10, 15 minutes of the game will go.
Yeah, we got roughly 15 minutes left in the half, and then we will go to extra time if needed, and then we'll finally be decided by penalty shootouts if that's the last case. But a goal kick here um, for Jamie. We'll see what she's able to do with it.
Great touch. That was a great touch there.
Really good touch. And looks like looking for a through ball up the right side to Emily. She's got Sophie on the back door. She can get it there, but a really good crash there by the two defenders for SK. Looks like I'm not quite sure who that was. Can't see it super well, but they were able to double team, crash, and take that ball away. Very well done.
Is this the first corner this half for Gold Diggers?
Yes, it is. Looks like Emily's going to take it. Really good pressure movement. Looks for a shot. Not quite able to get it off. Ball goes out of bounds all the way through. Not sure if that was touched or if it just went all the way through untouched, but a good opportunity for Gold Diggers. A through ball. Ball will go, looks like out of bounds, so it'll be a throw in for SK down here deep in Gold Diggers territory.
You got 14 minutes left in this half. Almost halfway through.
Yeah, almost halfway through here. Looks the throw in goes to Nora. She's looking to turn, maybe take a shot, but really good pressure there to stop her from doing so. Ball's shot in, and a nice save gobbled up by Jamie. Well done on the save. She'll look to kick it up. She rolls it on the ground, so she's able to bypass that halfway line, but a good header. Not quite able to settle it down, and it'll go all the way back for Gold Diggers, who again booted up, out of bounds.
That shot we just saw from SK, Ben, I know I've been talking this whole game about how they need to be kind of playing these 1-2 passes and maintaining possession, but honestly, I don't really mind that shot. If you're getting like a open area on the edge of the box, especially at this point in the game, why not take it?
Yeah, especially it's cold outside today. Balls can slip off goalkeepers' hands, and SK had bodies in the box. So if that's, goalkeeper gives up a rebound, they're right there to capitalize. And we have a little bit of a 3-on-2, but Gold Diggers slow it down, try to keep possession, but taken away by SK. Noah goes outside. Again, just SK doing a really good job of transitioning. Oh, as I say that, I jinx them. Ball just goes out of bounds. Gold Diggers with a throw.
Yeah, in the last 5 minutes, we haven't really seen either team dominating possession or chances, really. We've seen ball at both ends of the field, both teams having the ball in the box and being able to get some chances.
Yeah, and with these small fields, it can flip around really quickly. You can develop counterattacks extremely quickly. It seems like SK is really turning up the heat here, and they're trying to keep this ball as deep as possible into Gold Diggers' zone. But they do turn it over. It'll be a throw-in for the Gold Diggers. Looks like this stone's going to be taken by Lauren Hilland. She throws it deep up, jousts for the ball, and it will go out of bounds, and it will turn over. Not quite able to make the turn that she wanted there. Long throwing down the line, and it'll go back. So just some dueling turnovers, Will. Not the most teams are not really looking for building out of the back, just trying to get it down and keeping the offensive zone.
Yeah, not the most entertaining game as a viewer, but still exciting to see the ball being moved up and down the field by both teams.
They do have a chance, just a little too strong on the through ball. Ball will go back out. Nice move there by Sophie. She passes it up the line. Slows it down. You hear no cross being yelled. That's their teammates for SK. Ball goes deep. You see how quickly SK collapses into a defensive shell. There's 5 players back and only 1 player up almost immediately. They really don't want. They know how important that first goal is, and they don't want to be the ones to give it up. A good high press, and just Jamie not quite able to save it. But that's that pressure there from number 12, Alexandra Katz. It's her pressure getting all the way up and forcing Jamie to make an errant pass, and she won possession for her team, a throw in their side.
I'd like to see if they could use this to kind of gain control of the game instead of having this like turnover battle almost, but unfortunately not able to.
Yeah, you saw what she was trying to do there. It's sort of a little touch to maybe look for a cross, but Jamie Smart coming all the way out of her goal line to play that ball. Good moves there by SK at the top. Oh, she just loses it out of bounds, but won a good ball there.
That was a great move on the wing there from SK.
Great move. Little 1-2 pass. Not quite able to get it all the way open. They had Alexandra open on the right side. Couldn't quite get it to her. It's been impressive, the defense that the Gold Diggers have been able to muster with a lot of times equal, if not less, numbers back than the SK has offensive players. And we see here a break, one-on-one with the goalie, shot, and it's in! Gold Diggers Sophie Kohanik makes a great shot, able to find that low corner and score a goal. They have the 1-0 lead, and Will, we talked about that might be the deciding goal, especially with the Jamie in goal for them.
Yeah, wow, what a goal. That was a great through ball right there from Gold Diggers and almost an even better finish, putting it right in the corner, right beyond the goalkeeper's reach, and they're up 1-0.
Yeah, that low corner is really tough to reach as a goalie. You got to get all the way down and out, but some quick offensive pressure from SK. Cleared out down the line, and SK will have a throw in deep, see if they can tie this game up. Probably going to see a lot more high pressure here.
Yeah, I'd really like to see SK kind of come out of the back and take a few more risks with pressuring Gold Diggers in possession here. I think the game will open up a lot, and Gold Diggers will look to kind of sit back and protect their 1-0 lead. And we'll see if that strategy will pay off.
Yeah, but you saw how dangerous Sophie was. She got all the way up there down alone and was able to put it away. So if SK pressure's a little too high, they might not be able to stop her. But a good double team, and that ball will sail wide. Yeah. And there'll be a out of bounds goal kick for the Gold Diggers. Again, that goal by Sophie Kohanik on the Gold Diggers number 21 out of Lyons Township High School. And she's got to be feeling good being able to put a team up 1-0.
Yeah, what more can you ask for? Scoring a goal for your team in the second half to put them up in an intramural championship game.
Yeah, and we have inside of now 8 minutes to play. And looks like they're Gold Diggers trying to keep possession of the ball, jousting for it. They get it back, pass it up the line. But a good take back by SK there. Looking to go up the left side. They have a 3-on-2 if they hurry, but just poked away. One back by SK. We see they're really pressing here. Oh, it's like that was a pass, just not quite able to find the feet of her teammate. And that would have been a really good opportunity to tie this game up. Would have been all alone in near that net.
Yeah, both of those, honestly. The first one, I think they might not see an opportunity like that again. And if they could have got the ball into the middle towards their striker, this game could be tied 1-1.
Yeah, and just a really well-played game. Do appreciate Jamie hustling after that ball, not trying to time waste too much, though I'd say that now with a little bit of moving the ball around. But she already is sitting on a yellow, so doesn't want to get one for time wasting. Goal kick up top. Looks like yellow's saying, oh, it's good. No, but it'll go out for goal kick. Gold Diggers. My apologies. Big throwing down the line, but that'll go right to a SK defender. He's able to shield it. Goes all the way back. Ooh, Sophie almost had a takeaway there. That might have been 2-0. She was able to get a better step on it. Ball up the line. Here goes Nora. Couple of spin moves, pressing the B button on the PlayStation controller there. Will, at what point do you think SK needs to bring all 6 field players up into this box? They only have 4 up there right now. Do you think they need to send some more?
Let's see where their defenders are. I think they should both. They should have at least one defender past the halfway line, kind of supplementing the attack, and the other can kind of man mark any players that are pushing up, waiting for like a long ball forwards. But as this clock winds down, they're gonna need to rely more and more on their goalkeeper just being able to make a save in a 1v1, as they'll need to push more and more players up the field.
Yeah, that and they had a. If you're just joining us now, they had a penalty kick early in the game, not able to put on net, but they got a chance here. Ball got out of bounds for another throw-in. CSK hurrying after it, but not able to put that penalty kick away. Granted, these goals are very difficult to score penalty kicks on. We mentioned earlier, kind of the goalie has the advantage in them, but you see now it seems like they have 5 players up in the box, maybe 1 up top. Good turn, shot, gobbled up by Jamie.
I would love to see if SK would be able to break this defense by Gold Diggers and their goalkeeper Jamie. In their semifinal game, the other team was not able to do so, and right now they have a lead. So SK will be forced to do so in the next 4 minutes, or else they will not get the win.
Yeah, and on a cold night like tonight, an extra shirt doesn't help. It wouldn't hurt, at least. Those champ shirts, kind of decently warm. But we see a break here for SK. Be another throw-in for him, looks like. Here we are. Good throw-in. All alone. Oh, not quite able to get the touch. But wins it back anyways. Nice back heel pass. Oh, just to the defender able to get a foot on it. A little bit of a break the other way. They're going to look for that through ball to Sophie. She has the 1 goal in this game so far. She passed it back, but turns it over. Good idea on the pass, just not quite able to find the feet of her teammate.
Yeah, this is kind of turning into kind of what we expected, where SK is sending lots of players up and results in Gold Diggers coming away with the ball sometimes and finding counterattacks going the opposite direction.
Yeah, and Sophie there, good pass through the middle, but again kicked away by the defensive SK. Looks like that'll be SK ball there, called by the officials. But under 3 minutes now, Will, maybe they need to start thinking about, the hockey says pull the goalie, get him all the way up there.
I wouldn't be pulling the goalie just yet, but I would be using them as a sweeper keeper, where they're kind of coming out to claim balls that are just anywhere in your half.
Yeah, it's definitely not a bad idea, but here we have a little bit of a break. She's got players out left and right.
3-on-2.
Goes out to the right. Maybe looking for that cross, and that's blocked. I think that was meant to be a pass to the back door for Nora as we approach 2 minutes left in the game, and most likely 2 minutes left in the season for both of these teams, unless SK is able to conjure up a goal. They have a corner kick here. We'll see what they're able to do with it. Not as many people in the box as I'd like to see. Good pass through. Goes all the way through. Oh, deflected wide.
Potential handball? Or
doesn't look like it. Officials are down there. They're looking at it. Looks like it maybe came off the lower part of the body. Corner kick comes in. Again, ooh, deflects around. Not able to fall. Looks like we have a player. They're calling to pause the clock. Player down of some kind. Not quite, wasn't quite able to see what happened there, but the officials going in to check on the player, make sure everyone's okay.
Hopefully we don't have another injury here.
No, she's able to get up and walk away. That looks like that's number 8, Catherine Murray. She's walking to the sideline. Maybe she'll just take a breather and get some water, feel better. We'll have a minute 35 left in the game. During the regular season, we don't stop for injuries or anything like that, but in a game with such great magnitude and importance as this one, we are going to pause and make sure both teams get the full game. You can see SK already pressing high to try to get that ball back, and they're able to force a turnover. Looks like everyone's up there. You hear Finish Strong in the background, teammates cheering them on. A big clear there by Gold Diggers. and it goes down to 1:18 left.
Yeah, if you're Gold Diggers here, at this point in the game, you don't really care about maintaining possession, but just getting the ball out of your half at every opportunity. That's just
That's
another 20, 30 seconds wasted.
definitely true, and they're perfectly happy to let them dink around with the ball way up there. But here's a little bit of a break for the Gold Diggers, but stolen away. Oh, but they keep possession. Deep shot goes wide, no goal. And a great supervisor, Nico, there to save the ball and give them a little more time. We have 45 seconds left in the game and left in SK's season unless they're able to pull off a miracle comeback here. But the ball stolen away by the Gold Diggers goes to number 52, Isabella. She's able to make a person miss and gobbled up by the goalie. They need to hurry here. Less than 30 seconds. Ball's kicked up. Got to touch it before halfway. They do. No offsides. They can just go down if they need to. Good pressure inside of 20 seconds. Still a one-goal game. The difference decided by Sophie, number 21. Ball's taken away. Ball's cleared out. We have 8 seconds. Looks like that might be the end of this contest on a good clear out there by Gold Diggers. You hear the final whistle blow, and our champions tonight in the women's soccer bracket are the Gold Diggers. What a match. What a game. And that deciding goal by Sophie Konakic on the one-on-one with the goalie, just able to give them the victory and put it away. And we see here players shaking hands. That's what IM Sports is all about, the sportsmanship, the friendship, the good chance to get some exercise and have a great time with everyone. So it's great to see the values of intramurals being held up here. Will, how did Gold Diggers, what were they able to do in that last little bit to maintain their defensive structure and win that game?
Oh, well, they just kept clearing the ball away when it came to them in the last few minutes, and particularly the last 5 or 6 minutes after they did get that goal, they were able to keep possession of the ball a little bit and force SK into some defensive positions. And if SK had just had the ball the entire rest of the game, they definitely could have gotten a few more chances to tie the game up, but that did not happen. And it looks like here comes the shirts.
Here comes the shirts. We see our wonderful program manager, Brian Walker. Looks like he's wearing a Lions beanie. He's a big Lions fan. And he's got the shirts out to give out to the players. These shirts will mention intramural champions and how really special, really great mark to walk around campus with intramural champion shirts. Nice Nike dry fit as well. I love wearing them. But it was a great match to watch. Gold Diggers able to pull it out the last second, but SK really fought hard till the end. They were working really hard. They were good players. So, Will, any other parting thoughts on this game for the Gold Diggers, and congratulations for them?
Yeah, congratulations to Gold Diggers on coming away with the win. I think they just took their chances, and SK did not, and that's what it comes down to in a game of soccer. SK had that penalty in the first half that could have set the tone for the rest of the game, but they did not convert on that. And we did see Gold Diggers with the amazing finish from Sophie, and that is what won the game. And we did talk at halftime about how whichever team scored the next goal would be put in a big advantage here, and it would likely decide the game given the history of these two teams, low-scoring games.
Yeah, they have been low-scoring games throughout, and obviously both very skilled teams, great competitors. Had a great match to watch for our intramural champions here. This is our first time live streaming the soccer, so apologies for any audio or video issues, but we are doing our best here. We're doing our best with what we got. But all the team donning their intramural champions shirts, we're going to get a photo with them as a congratulations, and they'll have this memory to cherish for the rest of their lives.
Yeah, it is a really great highlight of coming to college at Michigan. If you're able to come away with the intramural T-shirt, you'll remember that for the rest of your life. It's a great piece of memorabilia. I don't know what the word is, but you know what I'm trying to say.
Memorabilia.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go.
Yeah, and shout out to our refs, Lucas and Spencer, I think. And do you know who else is reffing?
I believe Ethan, I want to say.
Ethan. Shout out
but
all of them.
shout out our officials in general throughout the season. They do a really good job making sure these matches are officiated fairly, and the main thing is keeping our participants safe. That's the biggest thing that we want to ensure, and so able to keep our participants safe is really big. But as we get started for the rest of the night, the next game up will be our fraternity championship. Will, have you been able to look at either of these teams beforehand?
Oh, I think we have Psi U versus Sigma Nu, right?
I believe so. That's our next matchup. Psi and Sigma Nu. And so that match will be coming up soon after a quick break here, but it should be a really good match between those two fraternity teams. Always a lot of high energy, a lot of really hard work, and usually a good match when you have two fraternities match up against each other. Have you been able to watch any of their games? Sorry.
Yeah, I've been able to watch a few. I've been able to ref a few this season. All of the frat league teams they're always coming out with 100% effort and energy. It's a really competitive game, and there's a lot of players who are highly skilled because they've used to play the sport in high school or other like club areas. So I'm hoping for a good game here. It could be pretty high scoring too.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what we have for us in the championship match. People can get the tendency to tighten up, get a little more scared, but we'll be back here with the fraternity championships in a few after the break. Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the Intramural Championships for soccer. We have the fraternity championship coming up between Psi U and Sigma Nu. Definitely going to mess those up at some point tonight. Not sure when, but I'm sure it'll happen. I'm Ben. With me is Will, and we have a fraternity game between two teams that have shown a lot of heart throughout the season, played hard. Will, you've had the opportunity to ref some of their games. What is each team's playing style?
Yeah, both these teams are really chippy, liking to get physical and in contact with each other, trying to win the ball always. I like to see if they'll keep that energy coming in this game. I expect both teams will. And I'd like to see a lot of offensive chances created early in the first few minutes to kind of set a tone for the rest of the game.
Yeah, and looking into our offensive lineups here for Psi U, we have Arev Rajesh, Arthur Folk, Ashton Clark, Jackson Wilmer, James Hines, Leland Lammers, Luis Briones, Nico Nokabach, and Vidor Ayapa. For Sigma Nu, who's in blue, and that was Psi U, who's in yellow. Sigma Nu in blue, we have Alberto Molina, Antonio Lugin, Domenico Percaro, James Doyle, Liam Kaiser, Lorenzo, Luke Clark, Mo Pafal, Owen Karpf, Sam Horner, and Stanislav Kostic. And that was for Sigma Nu in blue. Looks like we're going to here to get started as we see the opening kickoff, and already the teams are running hard.
Yeah, a lot of great energy coming out in the first few seconds from Psi U. And looks like their goalkeeper will have that.
Yeah, and if you're just now joining us, you will see that very small goals. But these are the regulation size 477, so not much is going to change about them as we see the ball's headed back and forth. It's 5 touches without hitting the ground, and there we go. Finally does. Put a through ball there. We got a chance. And another shot here, blocked away. Psi U looking to counterattack. They'll pass the ball up the right side. Turn it up, and it will go out of bounds.
Already we're seeing a lot of energy going both ways up and down the field, trying to get the counterattacks going to the left for Sigma Nu, and also 2 great shots there. Sorry, for Psi U. And then Sigma Nu with 2 great shots. They had the one chance from outside the box that got blocked. I think that's a shot that these teams will be willing to take for this entire game, Ben.
Yeah, outside the box is a goalkeeper's dream on these nets. There's not a lot of space, and you're going to be able to save it pretty much every time. You just got to be good about gobbling up that rebound and making sure there's not another chance coming out from it.
We're booting the ball up the field, and we'll see if Sigma Nu can take advantage of that. But it looks like Psi U's coming away with it and taking up the wing.
Yeah, they're moving the ball up. Ball will just drift out of bounds. Psi U not able to keep it in. Looks like ball played up the right side here. And immediately out, but we'll go back to Psi U ball.
I like that our camera's picking up the sounds from the players too, because you can hear like the way that they're talking to each other. They're very high energy already, just 2 minutes into the game.
Yeah, and we expect that energy to continue all night. These players all really want to win for bragging rights mainly, and IM championship secondarily. Ball's passed back, looking to build out of the back here. Chipped up. Pass up the right, and stolen away. But it's getting back by Sigma Nu. That's number 55, Alberto Molina, pulling up. He's out of New York City. Came out of Fordham Prep High School. But the ball will go out of bounds, and it'll go to Psi U. Ball will go back to Sigma Nu off the deflection. Ball's thrown in here, kicked away. Kicked up at least, not away. Ball stay in, jousting for it. Sigma Nu turns, passes it back. Passes it up. Looking, there's a little bit of a cross, able to find on the right side. Turn, pass it back to the left side. We see a little bit of offensive pressure here for Sigma Nu. Go to the corner, probably looking to cross it in here, but good pressure at the bottom. able to get it across, blocked away. Sayu looking to counterattack, and they'll get that ball up deep. Keeper's coming out. They'll pass it back to the keeper, and they will not continue their pressure all the way down. So he'll boot it all the way back up.
That's a lot of pace coming out from Sayu's number 10, Leland Lammers. I'd like to see them kind of trying to play some more balls over the top to let him run onto it in the back.
Yeah, definitely a good idea there. Ball passed out of the back. Looks like it's going sort of a back and forth here. We do apologize for some of the fruity language you might hear from some of the players here. We're doing our best, but can't control all of it. Might want to mute the game sound a little bit for this game specifically. Not to say anything bad about the frat guys, but they do have a tendency to be more colorful with their language. Ball's able to be cleared out by Sigma Nu. And Sayu has sort of a high press, no offsides, able to get that ball through, but just a little too strong. And their keeper, the Sayu keeper, James Hines, able to pounce on it. But a promising chance there for Sigma Nu on that through ball, just maybe a tiny bit too strong.
Great run there from Liam Kaiser, number 10 on Sigma Nu too.
Yeah, and they're able to turn it back over, but it will just drift out the back and be a goal kick.
Yeah, throughout the start of this game already, we've kind of seen Sigma Nu already dominating possession and chances. So we'll see if Sayu's okay with letting this happen, or if they're gonna kind of get a little bit more physical and try and take the battle to the players in the ball.
Yeah, for sure. It's ball will go out. Looks like these players are saying the ball's a little deflated. Looks like we might try to find a pump. As it gets cold outside, it's gonna be harder and harder to keep these balls inflated, and the clock will stop here at 16:18 left.
Looks like we'll be getting started again. Goalkeeper booting it up the field, and Sayu's coming away with the ball. Great passing and keeping possession from number 10 and number 7 on Sayu there. That'll be Leland Lammers and Niku Norbach.
Yeah, and it looks like Sayu a little bit of a collision there with Sigma Nu, but it goes back to the goalie. Goalie gets it wisely well away from his net. Couldn't use his hands there because it was a pass back from his own teammate. But it'll go all the way down the field, and looks like Sayu's going to try to build out of the back. Looks like they have their right back there, Ashton Clark. He'll pass up the right side, give it away, and some offensive pressure there by Sigma Nu. Ball goes down. Ooh, good pressure there by Sayu, able to win it back. They've got numbers if they hurry. Ball go up the left to number 4, Arthur Folk. He'll pass it back to the right. Go all the way to the side. Look for a cross. Deflected away. And cleared away as well. Good defense there by Sigma Nu. And they're on the counterattack. It's a 2v4, but able to get by one man. Pass it to the middle. He's got a shot, and he scores. Wow, what a great play there by Sigma Nu. Number 10, Liam Kaiser, able to slot it in the back of the net off of a great feed. Great cross there from the left. More Sayu defenders than Sigma Nu attackers, but just a really good passing play, able to knock that ball in.
Yeah, and honestly, that goal comes right out from their left winger. I wasn't sure who it was, but whichever player was out there, he definitely created that goal for them. And the Sayu defenders will be upset with themselves that happened because they did have a man advantage.
Yeah, it was a really good play there. Looks like it was number 55, Alberto Molina, able to get that pass in. So credit him with the assist and a really good play and an early deficit for Sayu. We'll see if that's going to end up being the deciding goal. we had our previous match decided by 1 goal, but that was with about 12 minutes left to go as the shot is taken just arcs wide. Looks like that ball was deflected at the top, so it will be a corner kick.
Yeah, with these deflections, the ball can really go anywhere. And as a goalkeeper, it's very hard to kind of anticipate that. And that ball totally could have just went in.
One thing to note, both these teams, as the goalie bumps into a SIU player for no reason. One thing to note with both these teams, they had SIU had a +1 goal differential in the regular season, 8 goals for, 7 against. Sigma Nu 7 goals for, 7 against. So neither team has been especially dominant. So this could be a close game as it comes back. But into the playoffs, Sigma Nu able to win their semifinal 5-0. So able to really take control of that game.
Now, are those goal differentials taking into account their 5-0 losses for forfeiting?
No, it is not. Don't count those. But I don't believe either of these teams did forfeit during the regular season. Both had 2 wins, 1 loss, 1 tie. So overall, this fraternity league, or this relatively evenly matched when they do show up, as they look to pass out of the back here. Just playing a little bit of tiki-taka between the 2 SIU defenders. That's Jackson Wilmer and Luis Briones. He passes it up, and a trip there. It is called by the officials. It was called immediately. I wanted to see if there'd be an advantage to play out, but really smooth move by Leland, and just tripped up by the defender of Sigma Nu.
Opts to play the ball out to the side, maybe to maintain possession, but it looks like his teammate was not expecting it. And I think that's a good move. A lot of these crosses and free kicks, you're not really looking to score right off the ball. Instead, you're trying to use it to get yourself and your team an advantage with ball position.
Yeah, good touch there, but able to be taken back by Sigma Nu. And we saw a missed penalty kick earlier in the day, and from our experience reffing and watching these games, penalty kicks are somewhere converted around only 20%. And so when you have a penalty kick, that's just you and the goalie, and you're not able to put that away at a super high rate. It's definitely, that shows how important the passing and ball movement is in scoring a goal.
Yeah, absolutely. And we saw that on the first goal from Sigma Nu, where they were able to take the ball out to the wing and cross it right in the box for a one-touch finish. And since then, we haven't really seen too much from Sigma Nu, and I like to see them kind of get themselves back in the game because right now it's all SIU.
Yeah, Liam able to go up the line, but not able to finish, and it's cleared away. Had a little bit of a promising attack. Good defense there. Ball will stay with SIU as we approach just under 11 minutes to go in this first half. Both teams have a couple subs, and looks like they'll start using them now. Definitely a good idea to sub early and often. There's unlimited subs, so keep those legs fresh and give everyone a chance to get some water and keep going quickly.
Yeah, I'm only seeing 2 subs for SIU. Do you see any Sigma Nu players?
Well,
substitutes?
based on the fact that there's 11 names checked or 10 names checked in, I see some people. A good through ball there. Chance, he's got a crosser if he can get there. No. Hits the outside post. Good job by the goalie there. Sam Horner making sure to not let that ball hit in, but not letting it go outside. And for Sam, he Sam Horner wanted to shout out his girlfriend, also named Sam, for tuning in at home. So shout out to you, Sam, if you're watching. Hopefully he's able to bounce back from that early goal. Not really his fault, just a really great passing play by Sigma Nu. Got a pass across the middle here. And apologies, I realize Sam Horner's the goalie for Sigma Nu. They have the goal. They're up 1-0. It was James Hines who led in the early goal, but definitely not his fault. He did not really have a chance there. Just a really great passing play and had a really pretty much uncontested shot there for Sigma Nu. Looks like we have a little bit of a chance here for Sayu. If they hurry, he's got crosses if he wants them. Liam looking to cross. He's getting yelled cross from his teammates. Not able to do it. Looks like he's just dribbling, and he'll go all the way back. But that ball will be quickly brought back up. Shot from the outside, blocked away.
That is unfortunate for Sayu. I think Leland really just needs to put the ball in the box as soon as he gets out there and hope that one of his teammates can get on the end. But instead they're passing it back to their defense and still maintaining possession, which isn't bad, but could have had something better.
Yeah, and that ball will be deflected around, and it looks like it'll go out for a Sayu throw-in. But yeah, definitely need to definitely a good idea to get that ball. Just hope for a lucky bounce there sometimes in the middle. If if they have more defenders than you have offensive players, maybe try to get a deflection into the goal or something like that. I don't think Sam Horner, the goalie for Sigma Nu, has had to defend a shot yet. So maybe put some pressure on him, see how he reacts early game. But a really good job by Sigma Nu defenders to get in their way and block shots as the ball comes in, bounces around, goes up, and there's the first real test for Sam. Great job grabbing it, bringing it down.
That's something as a goalie that you want to be able to do for your team. And when a goalkeeper is able to come out and claim like these balls that are in the air, it really puts confidence in your defenders and your ability to kind of marshal the team as a defense and to kind of command the game from your goal box.
Yeah, definitely. As we see Sayu, a bit of an offensive pressure. Ball is kicked away by the Sigma Nu defender, but it'll be a throw-in for Sayu. Good job winning it back. One thing you saw, the goalie for Sigma Nu, he takes the ball, rolls it out, and then goes for the big boot. With these small fields, the goalies are not allowed to drop kick it or throw it past the halfway line without it being touched by another player. And it looks like we have an illegal throw-in, so it'll be a turnover. Don't want to see that. You can't throw like that from the bench. Not sure if that's from his own teammates or the opponents. Could be anyone, really. That was a interesting bicycle kick. You hear the crowd reacting.
Yeah, it was display of theatrics, but not sure it was really needed.
No, and gobbled up there by James Hines. Great grab. He rolls it out quickly, looking to play out of the back instead of going for the long ball. Good movement, running up the right side. Able to sneak past the defender. They got numbers if they hurry. Pulls it back, slows down. Looking to get set up here. Though I do think that Sayu would have a better chance. Oh, that's a great move there by Liam. He'll dribble it down, goes to cross. Goes out, continues one more. Looking for a shot. Save by Sam. There's a great save. That's a good shot, good save, and yeah, really good shot by Sayu. Able to get it all the way through on net. Just got to make sure you have bodies crash to get that rebound.
Yeah, if that rebound comes straight out, that could definitely be a goal. It's a little unfortunate that it went out for a throw, but they'll still maintain possession and be able to see if they'll get a shot off here.
Unfortunate or good goaltending. Sometimes you're taught to get that ball, push it out to the corners. So looks like Sam's up to the task so far. When coming out of Scarsdale, New York, and Scarsdale High School. He has a clean sheet so far, looking to keep it that way for his team as we approach 5 minutes left in the first half. There we go. Ball gets back in frame. Good spin move, but the ball's pickpocketed away anyways. Well, as Sayu looks to level up the score, what do they need to start doing more of?
Honestly, I like what I'm seeing right now. I think they're doing a great job of keeping the ball in the opponent's half, and they've had a few good chances and opportunities to level the score. Been a bit unfortunate with some of the deflections and finishing that they've shown so far. But I think they're in a good spot right now, and they'll look to finish out the half like this.
Yeah, definitely. And eventually you keep working away. It's like water working away at a surface. Eventually it'll erode away the biggest rock here. So, but we do have a counterattack for Sigma Nu. Good move. Able to make a couple players miss as he gets all the way down there. Ball goes out of bounds. Looks like it will go back to Sayu as they quickly play it in. Move it up. and go out for a goal kick. So ball's bouncing back and forth. Looks like we'll have a couple subs for each team as James Hines goes to hustle and get that ball, bring the ball back. Under 4 minutes and a half. These next 4 minutes are huge. If SIU can keep the pressure up and they can score a goal, going into halftime tied 0-0, it's really easy to talk to your team and feel good about how the first half went. But down 1-0 or possibly 2-0 as this chance, stolen away by SIU.
Yeah, this is the first few minutes that we've seen Sigma Nu get the ball back in the other team's half since the first 5 minutes of the game, and I think that'll be a yellow card.
That will be a yellow card for slide tackling. Slide tackling is not allowed. You see the Sigma Nu supporters like that call. It's the correct call. To those of you who watch soccer, seems like a perfectly legal slide tackle, but here at IAMS, we do not want slide tackling. Player safety is of the utmost importance to us, so those are always going to be banned. Looking to find feet, a turn. Oh, and another goal. What a touch. What a turn. Just a great pass to find his foot, and the SIU defenders and goalie are upset. They do not know how they were able to score there, and they're going to have to really rally around to go into this halftime, and maybe they just need to survive till halftime and try to regroup at a half.
Yeah, and if you're SIU, you're really kicking yourself there because you've just given up a second goal from a free kick almost at half. And I think that was number 11, their defender, who kind of fell asleep at the back post and wasn't really on top of that player who was able to finish.
Yeah, but a fantastic touch and spin move around. Couldn't quite make out who scored the goal for Sigma Nu. Looks like it. Yeah, not quite sure, but a great goal nonetheless, and they'll take it. Doesn't matter who scores. They're all about the team game here. And SIU, 2 minutes left. Let's see if they can maybe get it back to a 1-goal deficit and take some momentum coming into halftime.
Yeah, that would be great. Even if they're only down 0-1 at half, I think they'd feel good about themselves going into the halftime break. However, now that they're down 2 goals, they'll be upset, I would imagine, and that could affect their team morale at halftime.
Yeah, and it's important that they don't let that anger cause any bad decisions. We've talked about this in the first game, but sportsmanship is such a key priority for intramural sports. If either team gets 4 total yellow cards, they'll forfeit and lose the game automatically. Doesn't matter what the score is. So both teams got to make sure they're on their best behavior. These refs are the best we have, and they're not going to tolerate any wrongdoing or rudeness back to them.
Yeah, and we're seeing SIU keep possession again, and that's really been the story of this half is ever since like the first few minutes, SIU's just had the ball in their opponent's half, and it's very unfortunate they're down 2-0.
Yeah, seems like they've had the ball a lot more. SIU has, at least in the offensive zone, but they have not been able to find the back of the net. Sigma Nu, 2 rushes, have been able to just pounce on him. A good shot, but a great save by Sam there. And Sigma Nu already on the counterattack. But a good poke out by SIU as we get under 10 seconds left in the half. We'll see if Sigma Nu tries to score if they just take this ball into half.
And that's a crucial save by Sam Horner for Sigma Nu there. If you're SIU going into the half down 1, it feels a lot better than being down 2.
Especially a big goal like that. It feels really good to score that goal and give a lot of energy going into halftime. You have the momentum, and it seems like SIU's reeling. But what can they do to what's the talk in the huddle at halftime looking like right now to try to get back in this game?
Yeah, if I'm in there, I'm telling them all, come on, boys, like, we got this. Like, we've been dominating the game. We've been playing better. We've had the chances. We've had the possession. We've been in their half almost the entire time so far. Just 2 unfortunate opportunities that we gave up, and it really shouldn't be a 2-0 game. I think it'd be more appropriate to be 1-1 or 1-0. So kind of unlucky so far, but we'll see if they can keep this pressure in the second half, and they should get rewarded for it.
Yeah, and definitely I mean, the stats only care about the goals scored, but time of possession can be a big one as you continue to work hard, work down there. The thing is, we might see Sigma Nu just start to park the bus, and it's really difficult to score when they're full defending like that. But at the same time, if you can keep the ball and keep getting shots, definitely possible to have one find the back of the net. But so far, the Sigma Nu defense has been locked down, and they've really capitalized on their two opportunities very well. And that's the biggest thing, is capitalizing on those opportunities. Sayu just hasn't been able to do that yet.
Yeah, exactly. It's the same thing as we saw in the last game, where just one finish can just win the entire game.
Yeah, in this case, might be two finishes, but it's gonna be difficult to come back from a 2-0 deficit. Obviously, Sigma Nu scored 2 goals in the first half, so Sayu's saying, why can't we? Why not us score 2 goals in the second? But it's difficult to score 2 goals, especially in a game like this, as you're going to keep pushing as time winds down, and the dreams of donning that yellow shirt slip away. It gets harder and harder to finish and really continue to work, but definitely, if they keep up the energy, I'm sure they can do it. But what should Sigma Nu do to counter the energy that Sayu is definitely going to come out in the second half with?
Yeah, Sigma Nu needs to be talking amongst themselves and figure out what was happening after the first 5 minutes and why they weren't able to possess the ball. I think a lot of that was due to kind of just sloppy passes in possession where they were just turning it over. And also, props to Sayu for keeping up a press and being able to maintain possession without making any mistakes. Uh, so if you're Sigma Nu, you're really happy how the half has went, but you can definitely see improvement for your team coming into the next half.
Yeah, they definitely need to work really hard on getting the ball out, making sure they don't rest on their laurels and they don't sit back and relax. And I think definitely the biggest thing is Sigma Nu. They have shown that they can score those one-on-nobodies. They can score those breakaway goals. So how's Sayu going to counter that defensively? Obviously, they need to score. They need to get pressure up. But it's even more difficult to come down from a 3-0 deficit as it is 2. So that might play into Sayu's offense in that having a player up top for Sigma Nu, are they going to be able how much are they going to have to respect that to make sure they don't overcommit and give up another goal?
Yeah, I think Sayu will probably look to have their best defenders stay back and kind of man mark Sigma Nu's forward. And if they go with a 2 forward setup in the second half, they might have to play 2 back. But Sayu will really just be trying to continue what they've been doing, maybe a little bit more emphasis on knocking the ball around in the box and close to the box, because a lot of the time they're kind of passing around at half, and that's not too productive, but it does keep you possession and stop the other team from generating any chances to score.
Yeah, that seems like Sayu's play style. If they don't give up those goals, they're probably feeling really good about the amount of time they've had the ball. And that's something they need to talk amongst themselves and feel good about the time they've had the ball and how well they've been playing. But they need to find a way to put that ball in the back of the net 2 times before 22 minutes are up in this second half here to hopefully extend this game and see our first overtime of the night.
Yep, and looks like the second half will get underway shortly.
And we'll have Sayu in yellow coming from the left with Sigma Nu on the right in blue going from right to left. Sayu starts out with the ball. They get it all the way back, and looks like they're looking to build it up.
Yeah, and as you saw with that little scorecard that just came down, it's really been the story of the half was Sayu with 12 shots and Sigma Nu with 8, in addition to 3 corners for Sayu. So it's really shown that they've been dominating the game possession-wise, but it's just come down to 2 skillful finishes from Sigma Nu.
Yeah, and so who's going to be the hero for Sayu? Who's going to step up and make that one-man miss, make that one shot get in the back of the net as we're chasing down this ball for Sigma Nu's throw in here?
My money's going to be on number 10, Leland, for Sayu. I think he's looked pretty good on the left wing so far, and he does have a yellow, so hopefully he'll kind of rein in his behavior so far.
Yeah, it was just a little bit of a reckless slide tackle. It is tough sometimes for these players who have grown up playing soccer for their whole lives. They're used to a slide. We have a chance here, shot, able to be blocked away, and there's Leland as he looks to get the ball up, but able to keep possession of it. And Sayu slowing it down. And now Leland looks to turn. He's got a chance. He's got a crosser if he can use them. Goes to get it across. Looks like it'll be a corner kick. So here's an early chance for SIU to get back to a 1-goal deficit.
Yeah, and who was it? But it was Leland taking the ball down the left side. Honestly, that I don't think that cross is going to go too far. The Sigma Nu had about 3 defenders in the box compared to SIU's 1 attacker. But the cross did get poked away before, and then they will be taking the corner.
But we did see on Sigma Nu's first goal, there were 2 SIU defenders, or 3 SIU defenders for 1 Sigma Nu attacker, but the pass was just so good that they were able to slot it through and put it home. So definitely not a bad idea to send balls to the box. Good things happen as you put the ball on net in dangerous, high-chance areas.
Yeah, soccer is really just a game about space, Ben, where you're trying to create space for your teammates, create space for the ball to move forward. And I think the difference with those 2 plays was with Sigma Nu in the first half, their attacker kind of slowed down his run and created space in between himself and the SIU defenders so that he had space to take a shot. Whereas here, SIU's attacker was kind of clumped up with the rest of the defenders, and even if the ball fell to him, he wouldn't have had a great chance to take a shot.
That's a great point, Will. A very good observation there. We see a throw in here, and then Sigma Nu pass it back. They're definitely content to just keep possession and play keep away with SIU as they have a 2-goal lead. But SIU pressing hard, able to win the ball back, and they'll have a throw in. Ball comes near our camera people, but they're able to save our camera. And if you throw in number 2, Luis Briones, he's able to play a little bit of tiki-taka with number 12, Jackson Wilmer.
Yeah, that pass needs to be a little bit better from Jackson Wilmer there, number 12. It was a little sloppy, almost lost possession, and they can't afford any sloppy passes for the rest of this game.
Definitely not, especially if you're one of the last few defenders back. A turnover there is killer. So through ball, able to cross it in. Ball goes down and cleared out by Sigma Nu, but looks like it'll be Vidya able to pack back. Looks like he's going to be the last defender back for the rest of this game. He's cheats up, looks for a pass, gets a through ball, and they'll have another corner for SIU. So all SIU early in this half, they're outworking, but Sigma Nu could just be maybe looking to play defense, settle down, park the bus, and maybe rely on Sam and goal to help him out.
Yeah, that's an interesting call from SIU leaving number 11 back as their last defender because if you do remember, he is the defender who gave up the second goal. And while it was a great turn and a great finish, that's still something that'll mess with your confidence as a defender. So glad to see him get his confidence back and his team still has belief in him to perform.
We got our official Lucas. Looks like he's talking to some of the players in the net about making sure that they're not grabbing, not pulling, not shoving on this corner kick. SIU's looking to set up a screen, looking to set up a pass. Chip shot in. And don't know if that was saved by Sam or if that just never got in the field of play. Looks like it's a goal kick. Sam being told to put the ball further back. It's the second time in a couple minutes, so maybe next time he'll put it a little further back without being told. As he sends it way down the field, but won cleanly by number 55, Alberto Molina.
Yep, and I want to go back to intramural rules with goal kicks and drop kicks. So with the goal kicks, you can put it past half, but as long as the ball's live and in play, you can't drop or throw it past half.
Yeah, the ball has to be on the ground and rolling or at least not bouncing for you to send it all the way up. Ooh, good stop there. A chance for Sigma Nu, but Video able to get in front, and looks like they'll call a foul on the attacker there. He kind of just shoved Video in the back.
Yeah, good call from the officials and good defense by Vidor.
Yeah, really good job. Use his body, play smart, get in the way. Really laying it all out for his team. Ball's won by Sigma Nu, but goes right to a SIU player. And that ball is cleared well out.
Yeah, as a defender in soccer, it's really important to use your body, as that's one of your biggest advantages over an attacker is that you're not required to play for the ball as much as the attackers, and you're able to kind of shield it away and just kick it out of bounds.
Yeah, and definitely with how small these fields are, you don't need to get it a very hard kick to get it out of bounds, even from the center. You see a pass goes way out wide, making a run on the far back side, but picked off. Good idea, though. We talked about that sort of long cross passes. Those are the best way to get goal scoring opportunities, not quite able to be controlled. And so it'll be a Sigma new throw in. Already 7 minutes gone in this half. Sigma new with the 2 goals in the first half. It's been all Sayu this half, but they have not been able to find the back of the net quite yet. And a turnover by Sigma new. Goes to Leland. He makes a nice touch. He'll be up that left side. He's quick. He's chips it. Goes wide. Not sure. It looks like that was a corner, so maybe that ball was deflected out wide. So just trying to chip it in and deflects off of a Sigma new defender.
And Sayu with another chance to put a cross in the box and just let it bounce around and hope something happens here.
Yeah, a lot more corners. Goes up high. Oh, just not quite able to bring it down. That was a good cross, and unfortunately, looks like that was number 12, Jackson Wilmer, not quite able to get up on his horse and get all the way up there and knock it down.
Yeah, that's kind of been the story of the game so far for Sayu is like almost, but just not quite. They've had many chances where it's been close, and they've created good opportunities, but they just haven't quite been able to put the ball in the back of the goal yet.
Definitely true, Will. As we see a ball, if he can get across, he has a man, but not able to. Really good defense, strong stand-up defense there by Arav Rajesh. Just able to stonewall the Sigma new attacker in the corner. Looks like we got some subs going on.
And this is a good play by Sayu, just kind of keeping possession off of the other team's goal kick rather than just clearing the ball and resetting possession for Sigma Nu.
Yeah, but it looks like they are a little too aggressive. It goes out, and it'll be Sigma new throw in, I believe. Goes all the way back to the keeper, so a high press by Sayu, and he sends it well up. Oh, that'll be a handball. The other chance of you can't do that from the Sigma Nu supporters. I think he knew that. It was not on purpose. But good to let him know just in case he wasn't sure.
Yeah, sometimes that just happens when you're trying to get your body in the way to stop a ball being played out. Your hand will just be there because your momentum carries you forward.
Yeah, exactly. Thankfully, not a promising attack, so no dogs. Leland's got to pass up to the right. That's not Leland. That's number 12, Jackson Wilmer. And a good save there by Sam.
Yeah, that's a little bit of a weak shot. I'd like to see that kind of drilled into the box or taking a low hit.
We got a 2-on-1 here for Sigma Nu. Nice little nutbag. Sends it across. Blocked. Good defense by Sayu. The ball will go out of bounds for a Sigma Nu throw as we approach 12 minutes left in the game.
I think by now Sayu would have preferred to have at least one goal back. As the clock ticks down, it'll get more and more stressful, and they'll be taking more and more risks to get a goal back as soon as they can. And that'll open up the door for Sigma Nu to put more goals into the back of Sayu's net.
For sure, it's going to rely a lot on James Hines and his ability to keep the goal out when he's got those one-on-one scenarios. We have a chance here, able to be cleared away by Sayu, but turned right back over. And it looks like that ball will just drift out of bounds, so it'll be a Sayu throw. See Sayu's being very quick with their subs. They've had several subs pretty much every time the ball goes out, which is very smart. Use the people you have on your bench to keep everyone on the field fresh.
They were just being a little bit risky with the pass when we really don't need to be if you're Sayu. Be a little bit disappointed in their left back for making that decision and result in a lost possession.
Yeah, definitely don't want to give the ball away. If you're either team, you don't want to give the ball away. Good move there. So we see Sigma has so many defenders back. They know that they need to just not give up any goals, and they'll win this game.
This is what you call parking the bus.
Yeah, they've been sort of doing that since the beginning of the half. Long ball sent in, turned away. Leland's not able to win it back. They'll continue to press. Good move, but does lose the ball. Goal goes out to Leland. He's got space. He's got time. Is he going to look for a shot or a pass? Good pass, but just cleared away. It's a good move. Looks like we have a 2-on-1, a 3-on-2. Not a great cross. Had to come back for it. He's going to take a long outside shot. Squirts away. Rebound's not secured. Shot. Oh, just goes over. It looks like it's going to be a corner kick, though. James could have let that go. Probably would have sailed high, but that's not a risk you want to take already down 2-0.
Yeah, as a keeper, you're never quite sure if these balls are going to come dipping down at the last second and end up in the goal. So it's just something that you're always going to do at any level of the sport.
I think this is the first or second corner for Sigma Nu here. Ball's cleared out, but now Sigma Nu will keep possession of it. A nice move there, but loses the ball, and here's Sayu on the counter. Looks like they've got time and space. They've got a 3-on-2. Good leave by Leland. Ball go out top. Good move. And it will go out of bounds for a throw. Seems like Sayu could have maybe, they're trying to be a little too, on that one, they seem like they're a little too solo play instead of trying to pass the ball around and look for a quick shot. They're not able to do so.
Yeah, but also credit to Sigma News number 6, I believe, Luke Clark on that defensive play. He got sent and was on the ground, but he recovered very quickly and was able to block the cross.
Big kick by goalie Sam. It'll go all the way up to the Sigma Nu defender, number 12. Loses it. Oh, not able to keep it on the battle for the ball.
I think our officials were playing advantage there because number 13 on Sigma Nu is definitely pulling the shirt.
Yeah,
one of the SIU players.
Stanislav Kostic, he pulled on the shirt, but they SIU was able to keep the ball, so they're gonna let him keep playing on till they're able to to not stop the counterattack. Under 8 minutes to go in the fraternity championship here. We have a foul shot for going to be taken by Liam. He passes it in, cleared out, so we'll have a throw in.
Yeah, and if you're just tuning into this game, story of the game so far has been SIU dominating possession and shot opportunities, but Sigma Nu just taking their chances where they had them with 2 great finishes.
Yeah. Really 2 good finishes, and here's another chance for them. They've got a 3-on-1 if they hurry. No offside, so I don't know why they're slowing down. And poked away well by the defender there. I think that's Vidu Ayapa. He's their last man back for SIU. Looks like both teams are a little tired. Not a lot of energy running back and forth. Ball stolen away by Sigma Nu as it'll go back the other way. Good slide. Not a slide tackle there. He's just sliding to kick the ball. There's no player in the area, so not going to be called a slide tackle. Sigma Nu irate with the no call, but they're not going to get one.
Yeah, and if you're a Sigma Nu fan, you must feel like a little wasteful from your team on the last attack there. They had 3 people forward against 1 defender, and they were not able to get a chance to take a shot there.
Weren't even able to get inside the box.
Yeah.
Which seems kind of crazy with just play some tiki-taka. There's no offsides. You don't have to worry about staying on from the last defender. A little bit of passing back and forth. We apologize for the video quality degrading a little bit. We're doing our best here with what we have. So we'll see a throw in for Sigma Nu as we approach 6 minutes left. See, that's good tiki-taka. Deep shot there. You hear the teams chanting have it, but as we've established, these long shots, they don't really go in on these small goals.
No, not that often. You need to get the ball in the very, very top corner to even have a chance. A lot of the shots, if they're down a little to the left or right, the goalie will just easily grab them and save them.
Yeah. In some ways, you can hope for a good deflection or maybe take a shot and hope for a rebound is the best way to do it. No foul there, but a good move. One on nobody. Oh, Turf Monster got him.
Unfortunate slip there.
Yeah, number 55, Alberto Molina. He's going to wish he had that one back. Looks like there's a foul on... Not sure. It looks like it's a foul on Sayu, so there will be a free kick for Sigma Nu. They scored on a free kick earlier from well out. Honestly, near this distance on a really good pass on a quick shot, but
Yeah, it wasn't directly off the free kick, but it was like a ball played straight into the box and it came away for their player, and they did score off of it.
deep kick, touched on, but just wide of the net. If you see the folks in the background playing flag football, that's a reminder to join us tomorrow night for our flag football championships. We'll be starting at approximately 5:30 p.m. We'll have the flag football championships then, but right now we have our soccer fraternity championships going on right now. Sigma Nu up 2-0 versus Sayu. We'll see if Sayu, they need a goal here quickly. This is a good chance. A good cross. One on nobody. Pass it back. Oh. Really good defense there. Felt like they could have. It was just maybe one too many passes, but a really good chance for Sayu. But great defense by Sigma Nu and goalie Sam.
Yeah, you're kicking yourself if you're Sayu here. I think that was number 4, Arthur Folk. Really should have just taken the shot first time there instead of trying to play it back in. Just test the goalkeeper at this point in the game. You need every shot you can get. There's only 3 minutes left.
Oh, costly turnover there. Sigma Nu and poked away by Sayu. A substitution. Looks like Sayu switching their goalie. That's a new one. Maybe looking to get some fresh legs out there.
I think that was a little bit of an illegal throw, but
Yeah,
let it slide.
we're not sure. Refs didn't call it. They have a much better view than we do. One touch ball well won by Vidura. He'll send it in, and that'll be caught. Fair catch by Sam at the 2-yard line, and he'll boot it up.
Is this football now?
Well, he sort of had a lot of time to get under it, so. Oh, and that was not a foul. Some of the Sayu players asking for one, but I think that was just a turf monster that got Niku Norkabash. Sigma Nu content to sort of burn some clock and get the sweeper keeper up for Sayu. Able to make a man miss. It looks like he'll be joining the attack. We have 2 minutes left, so that's definitely a good idea. Winning by 3-0 is the same as 2-0.
And now Sayu's kind of pulling their goalkeeper all the way up the field.
Yeah, I mean, I think you have to. You got to score 2 goals in under 2 minutes, and Sigma Nu knows what they're doing. Their furthest up attacker is about 10 yards away from the box. Cross will go high and wide.
That cross could seal the game. There's only under 2 minutes, and they'll need 2 goals. I'm not sure if they're going to be able to pull off this comeback.
Yeah, it would be a really great if they were able to, but not quite able to so far. As a big kick by Sam goes all the way down, and Sayu's keeper didn't hustle back into the net, and it'll roll out for a throw-in. Maybe if he had gotten all the way back and stayed there, he might have been able to possess it and save some time. So gotta hustle here. Good effort.
Contact.
Good effort there by Alberto to really press, and we see Sayu on the counter. But all the Sigma Nu defenders back. Oh, he's got a turn. Looks like the net's empty. Will he be able to take will he take a deep shot? He goes. He sends it. And that is going to go in. Really looked like it hit the post, not able to be cleared by number 11, Vitor Kapyash. And I can't quite see who was able to put that ball in the net. But regardless, that's the third goal, and that seems to be the final nail in the coffin. See a lot of dejection for the SIU players to see their season end this way. But they gave a lot of hard match. Looks like the managers are shaking hands in the background. They're going to try to maybe put one on the board for dignity as we have 17 seconds left. Clock's counting down. Turn to shoot. Shot. Blocked. Some recommendations to aim for the goal. Looks like he was trying. Clock's going to end soon. A deep shot. Fade away. Oh my goodness.
No.
Insult to injury. A long range shot by Alberto Molina. That'll be 4-0. Wasn't going to matter. We see the players shaking hands. That's the end of our game. So your winners of the Fraternity Soccer Championship are Sigma Nu. They are the winner of the first frat league in a while for soccer. So congratulations to them. We see celebrations on their sideline. A well-fought game by SIU. Felt like it should have been a lot closer, but they just weren't able to find the back of the net.
Yeah, sometimes the score of the games don't really reflect the story. And this was one of those games. I know SIU will be disappointed in themselves for conceding 4 goals, 2 of them late. Not being able to put one on the board, but congratulations to Sigma Nu for winning this game.
Yeah, SIU really probably final score is effectively 2-0. They basically scored 2 empty netters if you're looking at it from a hockey standpoint. But a great game, well fought by both teams, and I would say for a frat game, one of the least chippy I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Both teams, well, good sports about it. We'll have another soccer game coming up for you in a bit. But again, congratulations to Sigma Nu. We see they're collecting their shirts being doled out by our program manager, Brian Walker.
Love Brian Walker.
Yeah, he's now added the hood of the hoodie on top of his Detroit Lions beanie. I guess it's getting a little colder out there. But he'll give out the shirts and they'll celebrate. Huge shout out to our officials for keeping that game safe and keeping a good, fair contest between the two teams. Up next, we'll have another soccer championship starting between Brexit or Exit and D Soccer P. That'll be a co-rec game. That'll be a great game to watch here. And looking forward to that coming up in a bit after a quick break. But really good game between Sigma Nu and SIU.
Yeah. Not much to say other than SIU really should have had more than what they did. And Sigma Nu will be happy to come away with this win, maybe feeling a bit lucky. And there's always next year for SIU.
Yeah, always next year these fraternities probably aren't going away. And they'll probably still stay around. You see players donning the shirts, celebrating. They'll pose for a team photo here in just a second. But well fought game by both teams, and it's great to see that they're able to celebrate with their newfound IM Championship shirts.
Yeah, and honestly, story of the day so far is all these goals have just come from great finishes by individual players. We haven't seen any really team goals coming from crosses or like low shots in the box that get blocked and kind of scrambling around for the ball. And it's been a lot of like individual hero plays almost where these attackers are able to put the ball in the back of the net off of a turn or a great position finish where the goalkeeper can't get it.
Yeah, definitely, and that's something that is probably going to happen when you have this small field and these small goals. Is you're going to have individual players are able to make individual great plays and win a great game. But should be a really fun game. Or it should be a really fun game coming up. We've had 2 great games so far, and a third that we'll show to you guys a little bit later. We had some technical difficulties getting that set up, but it should be a really good game coming up. Between Brexit or Exit and D Soccer P, and we'll be back after the break.
Invincible.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to the Michigan Intramural Championships. Tonight we have soccer. We have coming up the co-rec competitive championship between Brexit or Exit and D Soccer P. We'll get the team lineups here in just a second. For Team Brexit or Exit, we have Dom Ross, Sonia Conan, Rishab Jaramaran, Michael Kramer, Katie Vanderwinkle, Alexis Morrison, Tanner Bermudez, Luca Jalix, and Alejandro Lopez Katrina. For D Soccer P, we have Jordan Dong, Ignacio Garcia, Max Cohen, Lauren Chang, Abby Park, Anna Lengaman, Danny Safadi, Courtney Buckard, Ahmed Ali Ikli, Samantha Buckard, and Jay Pike. Should be a good game here. We have Brexit or Exit in yellow and D Soccer P in blue. Should be a good contest here for our co-rec competitive championship.
Yeah, I think Brexit or Exit is looking like a great team. They've made it all the way since the first round. Reminder, some teams get buys in the first round of playoffs, but they played in the first round and made it all the way through.
Yep.
They were actually in my team's regular season group. Unfortunately, we did not get to play since the game was on Halloween and they had a forfeit, but I will be hoping to see a good performance from them to represent for Thursday at 8:30 co-rec.
Yeah, that should be a good game. Both these teams are very well versed. Played a lot of soccer before, and I think I remember both these teams last year. I don't know if they made the championship, but I know they made a deep playoff run. Both these teams with similar players. With co-rec, some of the different rules here we have on the pitch at all times. There must be 3 of one gender and 4 of another. Doesn't matter which. But so that's something to keep an eye out for with subs and everything. They can't have more than 4 of one gender on a time.
Yep. A lot of teams will show up during regular season, try to play without those requirements, but since this is finals and playoffs, those will be strictly enforced by our officials.
And they're strictly enforced all throughout the season, much to the annoyance of some players. But the rules are there for a reason, and at some point you got to follow them. Will, what are some other unique rules for IM Sports and IM Soccer specifically?
Yeah, well, as we've seen today, we already had a yellow card for slide tackling. We don't allow any slide tackling, primarily for player safety, as a lot of injuries can occur during slide tackles. And then additionally, any goalie like drop kicks or throws must land or be touched before it crosses the halfway line. Otherwise, it'll be a drop ball for the other team. Now, that does not apply to any balls that are on the ground or a ball that the goalie drops on the ground and then kicks, as long as it's not in the air. And also any goal kicks from an out-of-bounds kick-in.
Yeah. And the other big one is offsides. No offsides here in the IMs, so you'll see some people make what look like very early runs, but no offsides. Definitely allowed to do that. We do play 7v7. It's a smaller pitch, so offsides would be pretty difficult to officiate and also deal with. And the other big thing is the small goals. We'll talk about some of the strategy with the small goals you have to employ.
Yeah, so previous years and semesters for outdoor soccer, there's a lot of outside shots from long range because the goals were 11v11, so it was pretty easy to score on them from distance. However, with these smaller goals, the goalkeepers are able to get to all parts of the goal a lot quicker, and that would require shots be placed almost perfectly in the top corner to be able to sneak their way in from outside the box. So a lot of teams will have kind of stopped taking these long shots and doing more passing in the box and trying to get bounces off the like defending teams and just get a ball in the goal somehow.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely, we've seen before. So far, the goals that we've seen tonight have all been on breakaways or really just stellar solo individual plays, with a couple crosses, with really only one cross into the box. But so it's a lot about that finishing power. For instance, our previous game we had Sigma Nu and Sayu. Sayu had the ball pretty much the entire game, but were not able to put it away and score. So a win for Sigma Nu, 4-0 in that one. And here we have teams getting ready to get started. We have a lot of players, looks like, on the bench for DSP in blue with Brexit or Exit in yellow. And the game looks like we're going to get started here. And we're underway in our final match of the night, the Co-Rec Competitive Championship, as the ball goes way deep. And looks like the camera's a little slow lagging behind, but we'll get it following here in just a second.
Seems like our cameraman's falling asleep.
Work on it here. There we go. We're back moving slowly, getting the servos working. We have a early corner kick for DSP. Pass it out to the top. Big touch. Not able to be saved. Ball's played out to the right for Brexit or Exit. Looks like it'll be a throw in here.
We're seeing a early attack from Brexit or Exit making its way into the box, and now DSP is coming away with the ball looking for a pass potentially. Or he'll continue carrying it, looks for a shot, saved by the keeper, spilled, and keeper has it. So, two early chances from both teams. Brexit or Exit has the ball, passes it up the field, and they'll be taking it down the wing. And let's see if they could get another chance here, because this is exactly what they had last time. But seems like they went for the switch and is out of bounds for DSP throw.
Yeah, just chipped it all the way across. One thing to note, it looks like DSP has a couple more subs, so we'll see how that plays into their stamina late in the game.
Good pass there from not sure who it was, but it was a good look for a potential chance there, and unfortunate their teammate couldn't get on the end of that.
Yeah, just not quite able to settle in and get a shot. We see an early goal kick taken, and it's going to be brought up for DSP here. And they'll boot it down. Looks like they're going for a long ball here. Ball goes back. And looks like we have a whistle and a foul on DSP. A dangerous spot to take a foul. We'll have a free kick for Brexit or Exit just outside the box. They're lucky that wasn't a penalty. But what are they looking for on this free kick to be able to score?
They're just trying to drive a ball down through the middle of the field, and hopefully one of their players can get on the end of it and potentially get a shot off.
Yeah, definitely probably looking for a pass as opposed to a shot here. We see a lot of movement from Brexit or Exit. Ball's in, just out of the reach of, looks like that's number 6, Leon Wang. Just not quite able to grab it.
Yeah, and as a player, after you have those opportunities, you're always a little bit disappointed when it amounts to nothing. And in this case, it just turned over the ball for a throw into DSP when they could have maybe manufactured a scoring opportunity.
Abby with a good throw in there. Also maybe moved a little far away from where the ball went out, but officials don't say anything. Ball's over to number 3, Jordan Dong. Pass it back to Abby. Quick move, but loses the ball. Turnover, dangerous. I hope she's able to fight back and win it. Goes up to the top, and ball goes out of bounds. DSP throw.
And that was a good tackle. I think it was number 4 from Brexiter exit, Michael Kramer, to win the ball back. And that's another opportunity that they had to create something just a little bit unfortunate that nothing was able to come of it.
Yeah, and Michael Kramer, has experience winning championships. He won the 2024 Flag Football Championship. So I guess he's switching up sports and seeing if he can win a soccer one this year as well. But maybe they'll look to draw on his leadership as this game. As that ball's cleared out, looks like that's by Dom Ross, number 2 in the back.
Isn't it great that we have multi-sport athletes in intramural sports?
Yeah, definitely good. I'm sort of a one-sport athlete, and that sport is volleyball. But good to see everyone else playing a lot of different ones. That's what intramural sports is all about, getting out with your friends, having fun, playing games. Looks like the officials called advantage there. We got ball, good, couple of good moves. Ball is eventually cleared. No foul, but it stays with blue. It looks like the 2 D-Soccer P players collided, and there'll be a Brexit throw. Dom rocking the rolled up tank top. Haven't seen that in the 30-degree weather. Shorts. I don't know if I'd be doing that.
Yeah, I'd imagine as the game goes on, he'll probably get a little bit cold. I wonder if he'll put on a sweatshirt or some pants or something.
Yeah. And this Brexit or exit team, according to Dom Ross, their defender, they've won the last 2 IM co-ed competitive championships. So they may be looking for a three-peat, fitting that they're wearing yellow a la Golden State Warriors. But let's see if they'll be able to pull it off. This DSP team, I know, has a lot of strong players, and we'll see if they'll be able to play well.
So far, the game's starting to settle into a bit of a possession for Brexiter exit. There's been a few counterattacks by DSP, but I think Brexiter exit's kind of been controlling the game the last few minutes.
Yeah, they've been able to, anytime DSP gets the ball, center back Dom Ross and just kind of the entire team is able to get rid of it. Dom says shout out to his dog Bear if he's watching, and that he's very smushy. So Bear, if you're watching and you can hear me, woof woof, you're a good dog. What a chance here for Brexit or exit. 2 on nobody. The pass. Shot. They score. Wow, what a great 1-2-3 touch between number 4 and number 8 on Brexit or exit. Looks like that was between Alejandro Lopez Katrina and Michael Kramer. Just a back and forth 1-2-3, able to bury it. Just a quick goal. And we'll see if that's the deciding goal, as the first goal has been the deciding goal in the other 2 matches we've seen tonight.
Yeah, all these games, whoever gets the first goals kind of had a momentum shift. And we can see the temperature is 28 degrees is what it's feeling like out there. So that is tough for all the players. I'd imagine they're all pretty cold.
A lot of shorts that I'm seeing, and I don't know. Maybe I'm just getting old, but that's not me. But a lot of shorts out there. So you see Brexit able to control the ball. And they can really start to settle into a defense now. They don't need to push too hard because they've got that goal. But they definitely want to get 1 or 2 more to sort of feel a little more comfortable and pad that lead. Ball goes around back to 4 Michael Kramer, who make a turn, gets double teamed, he'll pass it back. Get it all the way back to Dom. He'll go up to number 52, Katie Vanderwinkle. Ball stolen. And looks like there's going to be a foul called on Michael Kramer. He's not happy about it, but he's a good sport about it. DSP free kick. And we have DSP chanting, "You can't do that again." Very helpful. Just really trying to help out the other team, make sure they know what's allowed. Good move, shot, easily dug by the goalie Sonia Coman for Brexit or exit.
Yeah, that's a shot from outside the box that you're not going to see go in too often. So I think DSP will be trying to get a few chances a bit closer to the goal. And as we saw there, the goalkeeper was able to easily save it and come away with the ball. Good move there from number 8.
Yeah, good move there from number 8. That'll be Leon Alejandro. He assisted on that goal earlier. Yeah, as you can see, Dom, he's really pulling that shirt up. He's committed to the bid. I've seen it fall down several times, and every time we check back in, he's got it back up. Oh, good move there by Michael Kramer. Able to get it through. Wow, deflects in, and that's another goal for Michael Kramer. That'll be 2-0 in favor of Brexit, and DSP is reeling early on in this game. Already a lot of sunken shoulders, but that's just a really good move. Goalie made the first save, but it deflects right to Michael, and just unlucky that he's able to bury that in the back of the net.
That's probably the best goal we've seen all day, Ben. Great move by Brexit Exit to take the ball and play the slip pass in behind, and then to get on the end of the rebound off the goalkeeper save is great awareness and effort by their player.
Yeah, definitely. And we'll see if DSP can respond. Looking like they're going to rely on Luca, their number 1, Abby, number 10, and I believe that's number 0, Danny Safadi. He's up top. He wants us to shout out to his parents for watching and supporting him playing soccer for the last 15 years. He's also wearing shorts, and he says he's never worn pants at a soccer game, no matter the temperature. So, great job for him. And the real feel of 28. I personally would be wearing pants, but then again, I'm a goalie and I get cold easily. So I guess that's just me.
I also would be wearing pants, and I'm not a goalie, so.
Yeah. I mean, hey, whatever. You look good, feel good, play good. I'm a big believer of that.
Yeah.
A DSP asking for a handball. They are not going to get it, I don't think. Got a lot of some folks shouting out, some supporters of DSP in the chat. Thank you guys for tuning in. Would love to see a comeback from DSP. We haven't seen any comebacks yet tonight, but Brexit or Exit, they have won the last 2 co-ed competitive championships, and they're looking to make it a three-peat, and they are all Brexit or Exit early. Good save, good dive. They call for the foul.
Yeah, I think D Socrates goalie definitely had control of the ball there and had it in his hands. So
Good call. Ref called it immediately. DSP started complaining before the ref even had a chance to blow his whistle, and then after the ref continued to blow his whistle. So not really anything else you can do at officiating. Good move by Abby. She's able to pass it around, get it back to their players, and see using Danny up top. Good move, but able to be taken away by the assist number 8, Alejandro. And that'll go out of bounds for, looks like it's going to be Brexit ball.
And they're going to have a throw-in deep in their own half. And when you see these throw-ins like this, there's always an opportunity for the other team to come up and press the ball because they will be up a player. So I'd like to see them do it, but it doesn't look like they are, unfortunately.
Yeah. They're going to need to really, DSP is really going to need to press. A lot of their players need to work hard and get up top to really press, but you don't want to risk too much because Brexit has that finishing power.
Yeah, and that was a sloppy pass at the back, but saved by number 10, Abby.
Yeah.
So props to her.
She's been playing really well so far today. sort of left back, quarterbacking everything going on. She sends a ball in, a good cross, right to the chest, but well defended, able to win it back. The ball's cleared harmlessly away, but that was a really promising attack there, Will.
Yeah, that was a great pass. That's all you want to see out of your left and right backs is putting those balls in the box and letting your strikers kind of make a play on the ball and giving them a chance to score. And it didn't quite work out for them, but that's what they should be trying to do for the rest of the game.
Yeah, Abby took the throw in from the wrong sideline there, but she's behind ours, so that's all right. Couple of moves there. Lost, but then won back by number 21, Ignacio Garcia. He's able to make a man miss. He'll go all the way back. They'll cycle around back to Abby. She sends it up. One. They'll go all the way back to number 55, Courtney Buckhart. Fakes the deep ball. Passes it short. Makes a couple people miss. That's Ignacio again. I'll send it all the way back. And DSP not really able to penetrate right now. They're just kind of playing with the ball in the back. See if they're able to make that pass to really get into the zone. Strong tackle. Maybe they're playing advantage here. A big chance here. One on nobody. Oh, but a great save. Oh, that was a chance of a lifetime for DSP.
Yeah, and if you've ever played soccer, you always remember your coaches always telling you to follow your shots and telling people to get to the back post. And if DSP had had one of their players make a run to the back post, that would have been an easy tap in.
Yeah, it was would have been a very easy goal. But unfortunately, no one there to knock it in for him. As Leon Wing passes it around, goes up the left side. Ball drifts out of bounds. Ignacio let it go. Throw in. Looks like a lot of people asking for a foul. They're not going to get it. It's going to be a throw in.
Yeah, not sure what happened there. I think there's a little bit of contact, but the DSP player just kind of went down a little bit easy. So trying to get a bit of an advantage by simulation. Not always going to be led away that easily. Some refs might hand out a yellow card for that, especially if it's a repeat offense.
No, and these refs are top of the class, so they know what an actual foul looks like and what a simulated foul looks like. One thing to note, Brexit has their Michael Kramer, the guy who scored both their goals. He's on the sideline right now, so maybe DSP can take the chance. But as I say that, number 8, Alejandro, he pulls up. He has a breakaway chance. Stolen away. DSP claiming it's their ball. Ref disagrees. Not really sure. Looked like Alejandro just kind of gave up on the ball there.
Heard him calling for obstruction, but it's not really a foul in soccer.
Yeah, it's our program coordinator Kevin says it might be a foul, but soccer I grew up playing, you figure it out. Almost stolen. Back to Alejandro. He's looking to make someone miss. A nice spin move does that. Good tackle. A little bit of jawing, a little bit of shoving between him and 21 Ignacio. One thing, we got to have good sportsmanship in IM games. So just both players need to make sure to take care that they're not causing any issues. And it looks like an illegal throw-in by Ignacio. They're going to say, a free kick for Brexit. So Alejandro here, I wonder if he's going to try to put it on that or go for a pass. Goes for a pass. Oh, just over the top crossbar. But a good pass and a good chance at a header.
Yeah, that's about all you can really ask for from a free kick from that range. You're not really looking to put it on goal, but rather to try and give your teammates a shot on target. Unfortunately, couldn't force a save out of the goalkeeper, find the back of the net, but good signs for Brexit exit.
Yeah, they're up 2-0 already, looking to extend their lead before the half. Under 5 minutes left to go, and here's the 2-goal scorer, Michael Kramer. Drops it off to Alejandro, who drops it all the way back to Dom. We'll get it back up to Michael. Good cross just between two players, and that ball will go. Look at the ref hustle to get it, chase it down for DSP. Love the hustle and heart out of our intramural officials. They're working really hard to make these games go well and make everyone have a good time. Ball will go out of bounds. DSP. What do you think DSP needs to do in these last couple minutes to feel good about this game going into half?
Honestly, I'm not quite sure. They've
Is-
been playing all right. Oh,
Oh, what a shot. Just a better save. Oh, and not following it. Jordan Dong, he pulled back, maybe looking for a cross, but if he had driven towards that back post, he would have had a tap in goal. Shout out to Jordan's mom, who hopefully is watching. And a throw in there by him and harmlessly gobbled up by the goalkeeper.
yeah. So DSP comes away from that a little unfortunate, not to score. It was a great opportunity, and I think they'll be going into halftime thinking that they can definitely win this game, and it'll definitely be winnable, but they're going to need to work really hard at controlling the ball and stopping Brexit or exit in their attacks.
Yeah, so far, Brexit or exit, they've had two really good chances. They've buried both. DSP has had two really good chances, and they've buried neither, and that's really been the difference so far. And that's really what we've noticed through both the previous games is who buries those chances.
Yeah, a lot of the times in soccer, the better team doesn't always win, but it's the team who takes their chances will come away with the win.
That's definitely true. But ever since those two goals, it seems like Brexit or exit has kind of settled into a defensive shell. They don't want to give up a goal, and they're just going to kind of relax and let it go.
Seems like we made a mistake in Michael Kramer's number 5, so he did not score those goals. And that is Luka Jalix.
That scored. Sorry about that, but good for him there.
Looks like Brexit or exit is coming up for a counter, but gets the ball taken away. And we are approaching halftime with under 2 minutes left.
Yeah, under 2 minutes. Brexit or exit looking to can extend their lead, and DSP really hoping to get some good vibes coming into the end of the half here. This ball goes all the way to Dom. He'll pass it around. Oh, we go back. Nice spin move there.
Yeah, that's a good turn to potentially start a counter here. It looks like they're going, but a little bit of holding. It's surely going to be a foul.
Yep, the
Yep.
ref calls it immediately.
Oh, they're giving a throw in.
Oh, I guess it is a throw in there.
That is great ball control there. 2 collisions.
That will be a foul. Ref's trying to calm everyone down. That was a big collision and a big foul.
Yeah, the game's gotten a little bit chippy in the last minute or so. Several collisions and a few fouls.
Yeah, not what you. No, you want to make sure everyone's feeling safe at IMs. We don't want any injuries. We saw an injury in the second game of the night in the women's championship. We want to make sure we don't have any more tonight. So definitely trying to make sure players are safe. And I guess we'll call halftime there. So Brexit or exit up 2-0 off 2 goals from number 4 Luka Jalix, and really good half for them, and really able to bury their chances. But DSP has had the ball a lot, and they've had chances. What do they need to do to bury those?
They're just gonna need to improve their finishing and get those shots, get more of them, and get them into better areas on target. A lot of them have been pretty close to keeper, and it's easier to make a reflex save when the ball is close to you versus when it's further away. I think they've been doing a good job so far this half, and I'm hopeful that they'll come out of the second half a bit more, come out into the second half a bit more energized and focused and ready to bury a few chances in the back of the net because they have had those chances. They just have not taken them yet.
Yeah, they've definitely had chances and they've taken good shots, but there's been really good saves. But both those shots have led to rebounds, and there's no one there to clean up and knock that ball in, which is what we saw Brexit Exit capitalized on a good save by the keeper, but it bounced right to one of their players who was just in the right spot and able to bury it. So D Soccer P maybe needs to crash the net a little bit more and really commit more players to the attack.
Yeah, absolutely. Making those back post runs is always important in soccer, and they haven't really been doing that yet so far. So I'd like to see them kind of talk about that at halftime and figure out how they might be able to capitalize off these chances a little bit more amongst themselves.
Yeah, and one thing to note, the DSB coach has been ejected for running on the field after that hard foul at the end of the half. Definitely don't want any ejections in IM sports, but you shouldn't be running on the field, especially not if you're the coach. So just keep in mind to all you coaches out there, it's not the NFL where you can run around and yell at officials. You're going to be ejected if you try that.
Yeah, and I wonder if that's going to affect the sportsmanship for DSP or not. I guess that would kind of be up to the officials.
It,
But if he got ejected, I'd imagine that would be at least a few points taken off for their sportsmanship for the game.
Yeah, definitely. That it looks like he's going to be treated as a spectator. He's not officially on the roster. He's just a friend and a quote unquote coach. A lot of teams have those. You'll see a lot, especially in the fraternity games. Pledge will dress up in a suit and be the coach. I guess he was being treated as a spectator, but he will have to watch. He'll probably be tuning in. So if he's watching now, I guess we'll say hi. But he's probably watching now this live stream because he's not going to be able to be at the field anymore.
Yeah. So D Soccer P down 0-2 at the half, and I think Brexiter Exit will probably come out in the second half with the same energy that they've kind of had this entire game. What do you think?
I definitely think they're going to come out with a lot of energy. I think they're going to come out looking to really put this game away. I think a third or a fourth goal might sort of break DSP, unfortunately, and they're a good team. They're going to fight hard, and I think, especially if they can come out, get a quick goal, DSP is going to be right back in it. They're going to be feeling good. And so Brexit's got to make sure that they don't concede and they're able to at least put some offensive pressure so they're not just sitting back the whole second half.
Yeah, I think despite the scoreline, this game's pretty even and could end up going either way. It's really going to depend on a lot of plays from individuals and see if they're going to be able to get some actual finishing going on in the box for D Soccer P.
Yeah, definitely true. Gonna need to find a way to get the ball in the back of the net. They're obviously very skilled. They have the ability to finish, but they're just gonna need to find a way to finish. And hope to see a comeback here. Would love to have a little bit of extra time. Maybe have a big game winner. Love to see the energy build up from these players because it's great match and a lot of high skilled people as Brexit goes for the three-peat today. And we'll be coming into the second half here in just a moment. Have between the second half, Brexit and DSP, they're up 2-0, and they're looking to, like I said, get that three-peat. What does DSP need to do right now to really feel like they're getting back in the game?
First step is just not let the game get away from them. If Brexit Exit goes and gets a goal in the first few minutes of this half, that'll take a lot of their momentum out that I'm sure they just built up with their team at halftime, and it'll be really hard to get themselves back in the game. Even more difficult than it is already. So focus on kind of setting yourself up strong for the second half and not letting in any goals quickly, and then you can kind of start breaking down their defense and running some attacks.
Yeah, definitely. Need to pull out early chance here. Big throw down the sideline. Not. Looks like she was looking for. Looks like that was number 10, Abby, looking for the feet of one of the players. Just not quite able to get it there, and Dom Ross shepherds that ball out.
A little bit of technical difficulties right now.
Yeah, we deeply apologize, but yeah, so it's very cold outside. You can't hard to tell from at least if you look at Dom, he's got the shirt showing off the abs, and a lot of players wearing shorts. Like number 0, Danny Safadi here, he's always worn shorts at games. He looks to cross it in, spin around, go deep post. Nah, tries to go near post for the shot, not quite able to make it.
Maybe a little bit wasteful there from Danny Safadi. Maybe would have liked to see him playing a ball towards the back post. Even as a shot would have been better.
Yeah,
than going for the near post because he did have his teammate looking for any rebounds near the back.
yeah, looks like that was I think it was number 9, Samantha. She was open on that back corner. Big kick there by Dom. Goes all the way down, all the way to the other goalie. And he'll play it out. Looks like number 7 on Brexit exit, Lexi Morrison. She was applying pressure, but not quite able to keep him in the corner, but able to force an errant pass. There is number 6, Lauren Chang. And Alejandro's looking to bring the ball up the field.
DSP has started this half well. There's 2 promising attacks, and they've gotten 1 shot off of them, but it's still looking good for them so far.
And it looks like it'll be a corner. DSP getting ready to take it quickly. Looks like it'll stay back at the corner. Looks like we have 5 of the 7 people. Looks like, everyone's coming down in the box looking to score it. Goes all the way through. Oh, my goodness, not quite able to score it. That was passed by a lot of DSP players that had a chance to bury that in the back of the net.
Wow. I wonder how this game would be right now if we've seen DSP with these early chances. If they've been able to convert one of them, I wonder how this game's momentum would have been shifting because Brexit exit hasn't looked too good coming in the second half despite being up 2-0.
No, they have not, but they haven't conceded yet, and so we'll see. Good pressure there. Danny Safadi looking to turn, and it'll be cleared there by number 5, Michael Kramer, not number 4, Luka Jalek. Apologies about that earlier mix-up. Ball will come in all the way back to number 10, Abby. She's been killing it in this left back position. Had a couple really good balls. Shout out Alyssa saying, let's go Dom. Looking good in the crop tank as we have a chance here for Michael. He shoots, save, and ball's cleared out after a rebound. Shot by Lexi, not quite able to get there. Good, really good chance. Brexit or exit, talking about following the rebounds. Lexi was right there. Really good positioning to follow that rebound and get another shot off. Just not quite able to get it in. And looks like Jonathan Kramer does not want to come back here. But selfishly, I say I'm rooting for a comeback just because I want to see some more soccer championship tonight and would love to see a golden goal winner in extra time.
Yeah, an extra time period or even a penalty shootout would be really exciting.
Yeah, definitely more fun for us and good for the ratings. We paid Bryce Underwood a lot of money, and we got to make that back somehow. But here we go, Abby passing it up. Sort of a soft spot in the middle of the defense there. One thing you notice, it seems like some DSP players are still trying to time their runs. You don't need to worry about that much because there's no offsides here. And we see Dom with the tank top no longer cropped. Very rare occurrence. We'll see if he fixes that by the time the ball gets back in play.
Yeah, you're talking about ratings. Do you think we could get featured on ESPN or maybe in the app for live updates?
I think we need to see a really good goal. We need to see a SportsCenter top 10 worthy play. So hopefully someone can give us that right now and we can maybe go viral. I've always wanted to.
Yeah, and DSP has looked like the team to do that in the second half so far, and they're building up possession here.
Yeah, time possession in the second half has been all DSP all the time. Good move by Danny, but it's taken away. No, not bad. He's still fighting for it. Cleared by Dom to the corner. DSP is going to look to take a quick corner here as we go to approach 16.5 minutes left.
So if you're DSP here, you're definitely wishing you've already scored on one of these chances, but still looking good for them. They've got quite a lot of time left in the second half, and I would like to see them try and get an equalizer probably before the 10-minute mark.
Yeah, definitely. An equalizer would do a lot for morale. I think that always gives you a little more energy that you didn't know you had. But right now, looking to Abby's going to take it up. Probably just going to send it down. She does. Taken away, but actually kept in. And here's Lexi with the ball. Shout out Grace watching at home, supporting her friend here. Good move. Ball's, oh, another good move. That's Michael Kramer, number 5. He sends it in just wide.
That is impressive dribbling, being able to keep the ball there and take it out to the side for a nice shot attempt.
Yeah, definitely. You got to wonder of also Brexit. Apparently they've won the championship and gotten McDonald's afterwards the last 2 years. So I think that North Campus McDonald's might be getting a visit by 12 hungry players after this game if Brexit's able to hold on to this lead.
Yeah. I think the McDonald's will probably be rooting for Brexit exit here.
Definitely. Oh, nice move there. Gets by Lexi. But just the entire Brexit team is back in defense. You see all 7 players in their own half getting ready to defend. DSP needs to bring everyone up in the box to even have equal numbers. See Abby, she comes out of her left back position, cheats up. Luca getting pressure, makes a spin move, goes up, goes to Alejandro. Ball's going up. Got by the keeper there. Jay. Ball's picked off. There goes. Goes back and forth. Ball is out of bounds. Looks like it's going to be... Oh, it's going to be Brexit throw. So this is really a kind of the first possession they've had. We'll see if they look to push or if they just try to pass it back and maybe play possession game for a bit.
Yeah, in the last minute or so, it's been a hotly contested possession game with both teams kind of turning over the ball.
Really get 1-2 with Luca and Lexley, and then possibly the worst left-footed finish we've seen tonight.
Maybe all year.
Yeah, maybe all year. Not able to put it on net for Luca. He was going for the hat trick. Not really close, but good attempt. And a little bit of time wasting because we got a long distance behind those goals.
It looks like the Pistons have won 127-112 over the Pacers. So
there you
go Detroit.
Go Detroit. And we see the stats for our game here. DSP does have more shots, but they're still losing 2-0 in the crucial category. That's goals. So they look to pass it up. We build out of the back here. They really need to put something together here and score quickly. Handball's called for by all of DSP, and it looks like the ref agrees. A lot of celebration on the DSP bench. A lot of spectators here tonight. So if you're tuning in from the field or if you're tuning in from the comfort of your own home, thank you for showing up. You see our program manager, Brian, walk by with his Lions hat down in the corner there. And also some deer in the background up on Mitchell East. So we got all sorts of folks here.
Yeah, a little bit of unsportsmanlike behavior there from number 8, Alejandro. He kind of kicked the ball away from DSP, so I would have liked to see a little yellow card, or at least a warning from the ref.
Yeah, they got number 6 low. Oh, kicked away. I think that was saved by Dom. I don't think that was saved by the keeper. And Lexi wisely taps it out. Live to reset, fight another day. Thrown to be taken here by number 55, Courtney. He's looking to throw, throws it back. Questionable throw-ins here. That back foot doesn't look like it's maybe necessarily staying on the ground, but the refs haven't called it yet.
Yeah, sometimes as an intramural ref, you're focused on a lot of stuff else that's happening. Since we do operate with a 2-man reffing system, so sometimes we will miss throw-ins that are illegal.
Yeah, and we also want to make sure everyone has the most fun, and ticky-tack procedural fouls are not necessarily what we're looking to call. Alejandro had a chance, but the through ball was just tipped away by, looks like that's number 1, Luca, in the back there. So good defense by him saves another good chance for Brexit. But it'll be a Brexit throw down on their side of the field. And apologies for the camera. It's really cold outside, and that's freezing up some of the servos here, and it's not able to rotate as quickly as we'd like.
Yeah, and we're about to approach halfway through the second half, and we're still at a 2-goal deficit for DSP. So I know they'll be hoping that they can get one back here soon to go into the rest of the game with a chance.
Yeah, and Brexit scored 2 goals early in the first, and there's really been not much action since. Lexi gets the ball taken away, and Luca looks to pass it around. Maybe probably go to Abby in the back. It goes to number 3 there. Jordan Dong. He makes a move. Looks to get by Alejandro. Not able to. Cuts it back. Cuts it back again. Gets a little 1-2. Not a great touch there. DSP really needs to push here. Ooh. That'll be a throw in. Jordan tried to save it. Would have been an amazing play, but not quite able to.
Well, he did push it out for a throw instead of a corner, which could be big here if they opt to press.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to try at least to press. I definitely think they should. They're down 2 goals, 10 minutes left. Don't want to leave a chance on the field.
They have regained possession from the throw.
Yeah, really good. That's what that high press will do is you have to maybe make a long throw and then kind of turn into a 50-50 ball. You win that. There you go. Here's number 12, Max. He passes it across. Goes back up top. Goes back down low. A little bit of back and forth tea party here. Max got a back post if he wants it. Shot. Good block there by Emily Kramer. Sacrifice her ankles, get in the way. Block that pass. Very well done.
Yeah, and if you see Dom in the back, you can watch his hands. He's constantly tugging his hands behind his arm. Doesn't want to risk any sort of penalty that might give the game away.
Yeah, definitely very smart. That's really one of the few things. You can't take a foul in your own box. Give them a chance, though. We've noted penalties are not the easiest to convert on these nets, but still at grade A opportunities. We go under 9 minutes left to play in this competitive co-ed championship.
I think D Soccer P has had many chances in the second half and still failed to convert any. So they'll be feeling a little unfortunate and upset with themselves that they haven't been able to turn anything into any meaningful chances or any goals, because they have had a lot of possession.
They have that they have, but we'll see if they can knock it in. We see some subs. Looks like that's Danny Safadi coming back on. Looking for a high press. Sort of, this is do or die time. 8 minutes left. Would not be surprised to see Luca just send this ball as far as he can to sort of reset. Not very high, so it's able to be one back. DSP with possession. Looking to make a move, but good defense by Emily. Able to step. Not letting him turn. Got Abby down the line. Not taking him, going all the way back. Good step by Michael. And he wins a throw-in for his team deep in the offensive zone. Goes all the way across. Looking for Emily. Taken by the keeper.
That's good play by DSP's keeper. Being able to come out and confidently win the ball. And seems
Looks
like
like that's going to be a
penalties.
penalty. Just kind of a little bit of a silly play there by number 1, Luca. He just kind of shoulder checked. I think that's actually, I'm not sure who it was. I think it might have been before Luka Jalix, but he's a penalty. Kind of maybe put this game away inside of 7 minutes. And he does.
Wow.
Good shot there by Brexit. Finds that low left corner. That's a tough save to make, and that's 3-0, and that might be the game. I believe that's a hat trick for Luca there as well, number 4.
Yeah, is that the dagger?
It might be the dagger, but I don't see any hats on the field, so maybe not a hat trick, or maybe the fans just aren't paying attention. A lot of people rooting for DSP, definitely sending them a lot of support through online. They're going to need to dig deep to find a way to make a comeback here.
Thank you for the love to the announcers, Jen.
Thank you, guys. We really shout out to one of our program directors, Kevin Palmer, able to put all this together, and gives opportunity to live stream these games, which to my knowledge has never been done before for Michigan Intramurals. So it's been a really a great opportunity to for these players to have something to look back on. I know I watched the ball is taken away by Luca, but Abby with a great save. So that was Michael taking the ball away, but Abby save a goal chance. I believe we're the only college in the United States that does this for intramurals. So Leaders in Best continues to flex on everyone. So that's pretty cool. But shout out to everyone watching. Your support, especially parents watching your kids, your support of them is what makes them able to play these games and lets them have a great time here at college. So shout out to all the parents, especially watching.
Leaders in Best, and all of our players have an enthusiasm unknown to mankind.
That they do. And also a big shout out to really everyone, all the intramural staff. Goes from our officials you see in the stripes, to our supervisors helping check people in and keeping everyone safe and treating injuries during the game.
Shout out Nico.
Nico, he's been great. Emily also, one of the coordinators for soccer. Lucas Gartner, another coordinator for soccer. But a ton of people helping out, working really hard behind the scenes to make all this possible, make all this happen. And I've been told to shout out Emily's mom, especially by her. So shout out to Emily's mom as well. But as we approach 4 minutes left in the season, possibly for both these teams, I am correct championship. Abby able to get the ball around Michael, and a chance here. A little bit of an odd man rush down the corner, looking for a pass. And shout out to grandparents as well. Parents, grandparents. Oh, a good shot and a great save there by goalie Rishab Jaraman. Really good save, able to tip it up and over. But a corner kick now for DSP. Maybe they can get a goal to feel good about feel good goal here.
I mean, despite being 3-0 up as a goalkeeper, making a save like that is pretty crucial at the end of the game, just because you don't want to give away any chances to let DSP back in the game, because with 4 minutes left, but now 3:30, DSP would definitely have an opportunity to put 2 more goals on the board if they had converted there. So good save, and props to their goalkeeper.
Looks like that'll be a yellow for, I believe, Danny for simply just dragging player down. Can't do that. Not quite dogzo, but definitely illegal. Ball goes out of bounds. So it'll be DSP goal kick, I believe. Or throw in, I apologize. So under 3 minutes, and really Brexit can taste the McDonald's post game and the three-peat, but really nice 1-2 ball there between the Kramer family, but ball goes out to the left. PSP able to regain control. So far tonight we've seen 3 shutouts. So we'll see. We've seen 2 shutouts, and this is looking like it might be a third. So really stellar defense by teams involved. Really a total of basically 6 goals, even strength. 2 of the goals for SIU were near the end. Sigma Nu were near the end with an empty net, but nice backheel touch, and that ball will be cleared away.
Yeah, DSP seems to be kind of desperate for anything that'll put the ball closer to the goal, as you can see with the backheel there. Didn't really end up providing anything, but I do like the attempt.
Yeah, good defensive play there by Sonia to not be fooled by that backheel and just be ready to boot it out. It's back and forth. Danny looking to make a play, not able to get. Ball's kicked away, bounced around inside of 2 minutes to play. Dom clears it. He's given up on the crop top, it seems, and he's just wearing his jersey normally. I'm sure that his skin thanks him, because I believe the real feel earlier tonight was 28. Can't imagine it's gone up since. Good touch there by Luca, and he'll send it, looks like out of bounds.
Yeah, and if DSP even wants a chance, if they even have enough time, I think they'll need to be taking the ball up the wings for the last minute of the game, trying to get a pass into the center. But I'm not sure if they'll have enough opportunities here.
Looks like Alejandro's jersey unfortunately gets ripped there. That's unfortunate. We've lost a lot of jerseys in the line of duty this season. But we're inside a minute. Luka's going to take a free kick here. And he'll send it really nowhere near the net. Maybe that's just a time-wasting strategy.
Should maybe be a yellow card for that.
Kind of tough to judge intent. While we may know that was on purpose, it's the skill level in IMs is maybe not high enough to. That's an interesting restart. Maybe not high enough to say that he didn't do that accidentally. As time winds down here, the refs will blow the whistle when that game is over. But fight in the middle looks like Brexit is going to win their third straight co-rec competitive championship as the final whistle blows. That's 3 in a row for them. They're going to go get some McDonald's after this, and I'm sure they'll love it as the ball is booted away by Luka on DSP. And looks like one of the DSP players is upset. I hope he's upset, and he's not injured of any kind. Looks like his friend's consoling him.
And looks like DSP got a last-minute yellow card for booting the ball away.
Yeah, and looks like some of the DSP players are sort of bear hugging their friend, maybe make him feel better. But very good game. Congratulations to Brexit for, I guess, their third straight co-rec competitive championship. That's quite an impressive feat, considering you can only be at Michigan for 4 years.
Yeah, 3 in a row. I wonder how many of their players have been on all 3 teams, or if it's the same squad, or if they've added a few and dropped a few over the years. But that's very impressive to go back to back to back, 3-peat winners. And I hope they enjoy their McDonald's.
Yeah, I hope they enjoy the McDonald's. I hope they're going to McDonald's. That's what they've told us that they've done before. So I hope that they continue with the theme. But congratulations to them, all their players. They all fought hard. Congratulations to DSP as well. It's tough to make the finals. You got to be in the finals to lose the finals, and they played really hard till the end. Just not quite able to bury those chances early, and then the game kind of got away from them. But really well fought by both teams that whole game.
Yeah, after the penalty in the second half, they kind of seemed to fade out of the game and didn't really seem like they were ever fully back in it. I wonder if they lost some of their team morale or confidence in themselves to be able to come back after that.
Yeah, especially on such a silly penalty like that. Really no reason to take it. You had body position. You just don't need to shoulder check the opponent. So
yeah.
Maybe a little bit of frustration, a little bit of annoyance in that they came so far just to lose this final game. But we had a great game of championships tonight. Saw 3 shutouts in the games we had today. Fourth game we'll be able to bring to you guys later this week. Unfortunately, had some technical issues setting up. So we have the stream, we have the video of it, but we'll just need to process that a little bit, and we'll be able to watch it later with you guys to celebrate the first game of the night. But a lot of good soccer being played today. Will, what would you say was the deciding factor for the teams that won throughout the whole night?
I mean, for all the games, both teams had a lot of good chances, and the teams that did win were the ones that were able to finish those chances. That's often the case in lots of soccer games, is the team with the better finishing will win the game. It's not always going to be the team with the most shots.
Yeah, and as a reminder, folks, tomorrow night we'll have our flag championships at 5:40 p.m. So stay tuned, Michigan Recreation YouTube channel. We'll have another live stream of the flag championships. We'll start off with women's. So that'll be a great game, 77 flag football. Should be a really fun matchup, and you'll get to see some of the high skill of flag football we have here, as well as the soccer you just saw earlier tonight. We see the players for Brexit. They're getting in their IM shirts, posing for a photo. We see Team DSP in the back, huddled up. They're also getting a team photo together. But congratulations to Brexit for winning their third straight title. Shades of Michigan football, really. Winning the Big Ten 3 straight years in a row. Shout out Connor Stallions, my goat.
Let's hope the shades come back.
Yeah. But thank you all for joining us here tonight. We had a great time hosting you, and I hope you had a good time watching. I've been Ben.
I was Will.
But it was really great if you guys watch us the soccer championships tonight, and be sure to tune in tomorrow for the flag football championships.
So you wanna go to war with me? You're talking like you think you're royalty. You think that I'm afraid